Well, Lulu isn't here, so it comes down to the three of you whether you want to descend on the planet without further scanning, or if you want to wait the full 24 hours and scan more.
Well, I mean, we don't really have a good idea of where to put down yet, do we?
Well, you can see where the domed cities are. You could always just land on them or near them.
Yeah, I mean, but like picking one at random,
Sure.
flip a
It's a
coin,
possibility. I'm not saying it's
roll
a
a
good
d20.
possibility.
Okay, I was like, what? I feel like you're trying to talk me into something I don't really want to do. I'm down for more scanning, is where I'm going with this.
And I think that was your preference anyways, right, Miyaken?
Waiting and scanning more? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said, completely distracted by Minecraft.
Excuse me. I'm not playing Minecraft. I was distracted by Samurai Warriors.
Which is a much more distracting game than Minecraft.
It's been closed now. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
I did see that there's that's a new Samurai Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goals, time management goals.
Charlie does not care about the level of scanning we get done. However, he would like to take as long as possible before we go anywhere because he is in need of medical repair.
Well, you've had 2 days.
Okay, and how much do we heal a day?
Your level in
1
hit
hit point.
points.
Okay.
Wait. You hit your level in hit points?
Mhm.
Per day?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's just 1 hit point.
No. That would make high level warriors take a very long time to heal.
Oh,
I,
I know.
They
I was
already
under
do.
the impression that we healed, what was it? Constitution modifier, minimum of 1 in health every day.
Nope. I mean, unless I've misread something.
However,
I meant to check on it. I never looked it up.
it being 2 days means that I have healed 16,
Sounds about
which
right.
means I'm still not at full health.
I feel proud of that last couple days. Well, that last day on Kanagiris.
I performed a misplay. There was a thing that I should have done first.
Hey, creatures that suffer damage.
What's
not
that? The EMP?
mortally-
No. Tangible force construct.
Oh, yeah.
Just make an invisible wall. It would have stopped the first few bullets.
Yep.
Actually, I think I would have only taken the final shot at that point.
Pretty sure I'm down and I'm down 2. Yeah, down 2 system strain.
That does recover 1 per day, and I
Yes.
believe.
But it's been 2 days since then, because that was before we even started traveling here.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
As the results from that were a large part why we're coming here.
Yep. All right. So Xander, what name do you prefer? Infraworld detector or other space detector?
Didn't I give it a... Oh, man.
If you did, I don't remember.
I remember having a conversation about what the name was, but I don't remember what I chose.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Infraspace is fine.
Okay.
It sounds more scientific than other space.
I
Just
was
sounds like
using.
something you made up on the... Yeah.
It was. I was using other space initially because I didn't want the reveal of, yeah, it's just detecting the infraworld. But now that you guys have more information, I think Zoe has been able to figure out that this is everything it's detecting has been related to this infraworld and the world that the Vega come from and the smoke entities come from in some way.
Gotcha.
So speaking of which, if you're going to make a scan check, the difficulty is 8.
I reckon I'm making that scan check.
I don't think you can fail this one, can you?
An 8? I think I can. I've got a plus. Hold on.
Okay.
Program intelligence, right? So I've got a +4, so I could technically get as low as a 6.
Nope, you got that +2.
Oh, right. Yeah, so my momentum's an 8.
And so the first thing that you scan for is regarding the
I was still gonna roll it.
specifically the infraworld detector.
Yeah, I want to see
Okay.
those activity
All right.
here on this planet.
Go ahead and bring
Particularly
up.
in regards to, I don't know, black ships.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean, sure, that's just probably pretty standard color for anyone trying to be edgy. But you never know.
But it's certainly. Let me adjust the volume here real quick. That one goes down. Okay. All right. You've spent the better part of the last 16 hours trying to adjust your sensory input systems to allow for better traffic flow. This is a temporary adjustment because it's too much for your regular sensors and data will get lost. So this is a change that you'll have to revert. And like I said, if you want to hook up the infraworld detector again later, you'll just have to make these adjustments again until Zoe finishes her project that just does it. After that time and some bits of rest in between, uh, you've found that of your NPC crew, Armstrong is actually fairly capable when it comes to comms and sensory stuff, and they've been able to help you, being letting themselves be pulled away from their duties to attend Jai to assist you a little bit. But then as soon as you're all set and they're done, they go right back to making sure that Jai has everything he needs. And that may be why he's not here right now. He's gotten so tired out from Armstrong that he's now resting in his quarters where he can easily deny her entrance without being rude to crew. Not that I think he cares that much about that. He's just too tired to be mean right now.
And he doesn't want to be seen in that state.
Yeah. Lulu's gonna come in and disagree with everything I just said, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, no.
You fire up your modified sensors, and the data begins to flood in. All of the gates and filters that you've spent these hours installing do their work, and you start to see blips of what I was previously calling infraworld incursion all across the surface of Ecos, located in those population centers that you found. There are... It's hard to pinpoint the exact amount, but you see that there are dozens within each domed city. Well, sorry, between 1 and 2 dozen in each of the 4 cities, and 3 to 6 at 5 different crag bases, the outskirts, hidden communities you found. None of these are registering as the smoke entities. These are all Vega entities.
Interesting. Well, now we know. Oh, that's right. My other question was in regards to the damage on the the ship wreckages, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Is that something that would be an acceptable question?
Sure.
Well then,
Difficulty is 9. You can technically fail this.
I can technically fail this. I forgot to add my +2. Gosh darn.
Yes, you did. The ship damage below. Hang on 1 sec. Let me. One moment, please. You peer in, get as close a look as you can with the sensors, and try to analyze the structural data that you can get from the survey sensor array. And the ships that have been wrecked and that litter the surface of Ecos bear unusual battle damage. Um, the best way to describe it would be with an int fix check
Hmm.
from someone.
I'll roll. I'll roll it.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm. Does that succeed? Probably needs higher for something like that, right?
Um,
The ship's got great big holes in them.
yeah, it's gonna need higher than that.
Okay. We'll re-roll it. Surely the scene doesn't last much longer. I mean, I guess technically it may be the same scene as last time, though, huh? Well, no, we waited a day.
Yeah, you waited a day.
Well, hopefully that's enough.
Yeah, 1 second. I need to change my Twitch to follower only chat for a minute.
Oh.
I absolutely despise the buy follower things.
Oh. That's... Wow. Ironic, too, that the way to stop him is to, hey, if you're gonna advertise selling me followers, you better follow me.
Right? Later on, I can do a more permanent fix with a bot command that'll just automatically ban them. And banning removes their messages, so it's a double resolution. Alright, an 11 does get you there. And what Nemesis is seeing, what makes this more odd than just this ship got hit by a high penetration ballistic impact is that there's no burning or scoring of the metal as you would expect, like if a railgun round went through it.
Or like some form of kinetic weapon.
But it definitely looks like some
But doesn't
form of
show
kinetic
the,
weapon, yeah.
yeah, doesn't show the usual secondary damage, I suppose. Okay.
At least I think bullets work that way. I don't know. There's some kind of effect that makes it look like a kinetic force punctured through these ships, but did not leave any other trace of its passage. Like an ice pick.
I mean,
The brain.
we could,
Oh.
we could probably take one, right? Well, I'm out of questions. Anyone else have anything they want to ask? Scan wise? I mean, there's also some of the other standards. Was like scans, unique allergens or atmospheric hazards. I don't think I asked that one yet, did I?
You thought about it and got sidetracked.
Yeah. Well, unless anyone else has anything, I'll start asking some of the standards like that.
Do it.
All right, I'll do it to it. Oops, forgot to add my +2. So that's a 12.
That's right, your difficulty here was 10 anyways.
Yep.
That is a little louder than I wanted it to be.
I find it peculiar they're living in dome cities here. Particularly seeing you said the air. I mean, it's breathable. It's just thick, right?
It is breathable. It's a thick atmosphere, but breathable with a mask. Hmm. I guess I'm kind of wondering why he included atmospheric hazards in this as opposed to just leaving it weather patterns, but I guess.
Well, there's the weather. There's a weather pattern one as well.
Yeah, I guess with that
I'm not really
question,
sure what atmospheric.
like
Yeah, what was?
probably still more along the lines of allergens, like if the
Yeah,
air just happens to be filled with a virus
or acid.
or acid. Yeah. Um, the planet does not really have any. It has no biosphere of its own. There's no allergens. There is a small risk of small atmospheric hazard in the fine sands that cover Ecos, but that's just like going into the desert.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it'll
Alright.
get into things, and you gotta perform some extra maintenance to clean them. But aside from that, not really a big deal.
All right, and I suppose whether I guess major industrial sites. I feel like that's kind of already covered in the other ones because we've asked so far.
Yeah, you've seen that there's only 4 energy using surface communities plus the hidden communities. In fact, I've got a number for you now of how many those are. Stats. Oop. Okay, so there are 9 of those little hidden communities.
9 black ships.
There might be 9 black ships. However, only
Oh, I know
5
I'm speculating.
only 5 of those hidden communities had the entity signatures in them.
Oh, interesting.
So your
Well,
next
does
question.
anyone else have any thoughts? I guess only other one I can think of will be the weather patterns.
Yeah, tell us about them weather patterns.
Well, let's see if he tells us about those weather patterns. Roll. I remember to add the modifier this time.
Yay!
Hey.
That easily makes it. Yes, the planet does have some unusual and dangerous weather patterns. There are the planet's beige rocky surface is scarred with crisscrossing lines of jagged black rock, where the trying to do this as unscientifically as possible. Basically, the planet is tilted in such a way that it has a very, very long day and night cycle. And so temperatures.
Wait. When you say very long, do you mean like 30 hours or like 300 days?
Close and cold. That was a very confusing way to put it. Yes, you're at the two extremes of that. It's 46 Earth days.
Okay.
About in the middle.
Yep. Both day and night, each of them lasts about 46 Earth days. The temperatures that come with such lengthy exposure, direct exposure to the sun, are moderated by clouds of fine sand that rise into the upper atmosphere. For, well, as you scan in here, they probably linger there for weeks, and they get superheated, slip into a scorching hot wind stream that once they clump a bit together more, that falls back down to the surface and blows in very scorching hot derricos across the planet's surface. It's a double danger because the thinnest of these are the hottest, quickly superheat the air into smaller hurricanes run away from the derrico, and they get up to 300 kilometers an hour.
So avoid those.
Avoid those, yes. The black lines that I previously referenced are where the thin derricos have scoured across the surface repeatedly, instead of picking a different random spot. Yeah, no, that pretty much answers all the normal planetary body questions.
Yeah. Well, looks like my work here is done. Y'all have a fun time on Ecos.
What makes you think you're not coming?
Oh boy. I can hardly contain my excitement.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, check out these new solar panels on my ZRG salvage drone.
What to do
So with
next?
Lula
That's
not here
finished.
today, you guys need to player source what you think Jai would do as captain.
Well, Jai did want to just go down the planet, didn't he?
He did.
All right. Well, let's pick the biggest encampment so that we can more easily blend in with the
Or
natives. Or are we gonna try and
uh,
sneak in, or are we just gonna try and land and be like, "Hey, take us to your leaders"?
I don't know. This the only ones I guess presumably safe from Vega control is you and Jai, right?
What makes you think we're empty? That means they want to control us even harder.
Didn't we get the sense that you'd be? Mm. I don't know. I thought that was the reason why they couldn't control you though.
No, it's because I made my will save. Excuse me. Right?
No,
Nope,
I
there
don't
was no
think
will
you
save.
made a will safe. Yeah, you didn't
Oh.
make one. Yeah, you didn't pick up on that?
No, apparently not.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was one of the that was a pretty big element is that you couldn't be controlled by them. Like it tried and was not able to.
Okay.
Like not even just like mental save. It was just like they just you're empty.
Yep.
Charlie was the one that had to make the will save.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I described it as Zoe felt the grasping attempt, but it was like she was soap.
Well, don't drop me. Anyway, so that doesn't answer the question. Do we want to sneak in, or do we want to just show up and be like, "Hey"?
I mean I'm trying to remember the drop pod. It's like stealth element, right?
It does.
So I guess using that, there is a sneak option.
I'm sorry. Is this planet that we're going on full of the BSEs?
No smoke entities as far as the Zoe's infraworld detector could sense.
Okay.
No black smoke. There were no black smoke. It was all the Vega.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As if this is a planet that we are able to become, what's it called?
Zest.
Yeah, possessed. Then Charlie's gonna nope out of participating in this planet shenanigans.
Well, yeah, it was the Vega that was trying to possess you.
Okay, yeah. So, y'all have fun on the planet now.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really sure if we. I don't know if we really want to test the Raza against those ships either, but. And they have like the whole creepy, super controlling mantras going around, right?
It does seem to be what your sensors indicate is down there.
Theories running through my head.
The point of coming over here was we were looking for something, right?
Pre-tech.
Yeah.
We
Have
have
we-
well,
Have we located
have-
any of it from space?
You have not.
Okay.
if we have stealth capabilities, I'd be more curious about checking out one of the quote unquote hidden communities that does not have any of the Vega signatures. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, let's go down and say, "Hey, you want to help us blow up some Vegas?" And they'll be like, "No, get out of here! You're gonna bring them to us. The fuck is
I mean,
wrong with you?"
You're probably right, but I mean, it'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah,
That seems
I'm
like
down
the
with it.
safer option than just popping up next one of the places that has dozens of them.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd rather start. I think that would get us the most information without putting us at greater risk. Imagine if we are like totally right. Exactly, that's the exact reception we get.
We show up and it's like, "Hello, my name is Usul. I am the strength at the base of the pillar. I wish to join your Fremen community. The pre-tech must flow." Boy.
I am
Anyway.
going to move you over to the gridless grid.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
the gridless grid.
So that you can, oh, the gridless grid currently has stuff on it. Let's go ahead and clear that off. Let's
Wipe
see.
all that.
Yeah, all those people are dead.
I think there's, oh, no, I guess not. I was hoping there was an option to just clear the map, but I'm gonna have to do it manually.
You're gonna have to get in there and show that map who's boss.
Kablamo.
And boss determined.
Alright, I'll let you draw your own boxes and drag your own NPCs and PCs over for who's doing what. Let's start off, however, with a box for the Raza.
I liked my box better.
Your box can be the Raza. And this box can be the drop pod. I suppose it's got that personal touch.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's actually good mouse writing.
No, it's not.
I mean, compare. Have you seen some people mouse write?
I
You
guess.
saying Mickey Mouse, right?
All right, where's Switch? I need my assistant.
Oh, whoops! I can't make the drop pod bigger. Gosh, I
Where
like
is
how you just
Switch?
used that. I like how you just
Oh, there.
made a box almost the full size of the map.
Yeah, well, you do what you can.
Each one of you can resize your own boxes.
Uh,
Did I damage Zoe that much? Is that her after being healed for 2 days, or did you forget to heal her?
I forgot the healer.
Okay, so she should have gotten her level and hit
18.
points back for per day
2 days.
for 2 days.
Oh, okay, so she's back at full. Not like she has a bajillion hit points or anything, so.
She's slender and slight of frame, and it's easy for the doctor to put drugs in her.
No, it isn't. She might be slender and small of frame, but she like Wolverine. She fights you.
It's easy for the Autodoc to put drugs in her?
Possible.
Alright. I am going to actually ask you to make your Raza box a little bit smaller, because I want to use a bit of the space also here, Xander.
Oh boy.
I know.
Just being
Show defiance.
held
Make the
down
box
by the
larger.
man.
I know. I told you to do something with your own creative will, and then I told you what your creative will should have been. That doesn't have to be that small.
Nope. You said to make it smaller. There you go. This is the reap what you've sown.
With the new size, Charlie has been flung into the depths of space.
Yep. But you
roll,
are still in a square land, so you know, playing Minecraft.
well, roll to see if it's in the direction of the planet.
What do I roll?
Whatever
360?
dice you think appropriately represents the direction of the planet.
No, I'm gonna go with survival wisdom.
Okay.
That's all I got here.
Sure. And it is a new day, so you've got impact sump back.
Okay, well I
Goodness.
lose.
Yep, nope, sorry, that's the direction of the sun. In about 3 hours, you'll be crispy.
That's fine.
It was
Better
a
than
really
going down
fast
the
flame.
planet. It's really better than going down the planet and getting mind controlled.
I would agree with that.
Glad to get that roll out of the way.
Yeah. Guess I'll die. Better than getting mind slaved.
Alright, GM places a mysterious box on the screen. That is not the box you want to be in.
No.
I assure
Well,
you that.
It is not the sun box.
That is
You-
not the sun box.
He rolled really terribly on his survive whiz check, so maybe that is the box he is in.
Maybe that's the box he ends up in because he rolled so
Yeah.
terribly. That's the planet box, yeah.
Jeez.
And what is you guys' plan? Are you just going to position the Raza over one of these locations in orbit and drop the drop pod nearby?
Yeah, I think so.
Not directly over. We don't need to draw attention to exactly where this hidden colony is. But yeah, basically.
I mean, I think with the drop pod, we basically do have to be directly over it, right?
Well, the drop pod has some maneuvering ability in midair. So, you know, you can come down at an angle. You can also come down farther away from the location and just drive vehicles over there.
Ooh, motorcycle race across the moon.
Oh yeah, I guess we need to make sure we have our mask, which I'm assuming we get from the ship's locker.
Mm-hmm. Everyone needs to make sure that you're either wearing a vac suit or that you have an atmo filter on your sheet and ready.
Hmm. Where would I find that?
Under equipment.
Yeah,
Would have hit
Just
y'all
do-
with the pressure field, but it'll expire in 15 minutes.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Atmo filter. I don't know
Yeah,
why
you.
it's not in alphabetical order. That's dumb.
Yeah, you could just. I could have sworn it used to have little subcategories in there. I'm not seeing anything though.
Uh, it it did used to have subcategories in there. They removed that.
I don't know. I just found it by typing though. You can still type and it'll find search through it.
Now I have to look at this. Let's see,
Yeah, it's
where's
just
my
a
retired
long,
list?
unsorted. It's just a long, unsorted list.
Hey, is it cool if I just have Switch walk around behind me holding my Atmos filter on?
No.
Amazing.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. It's a normal drop-down list, so you can type and it'll take you to the first letter of, etc.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I thought it was.
It used to, for sure.
Huh.
We should report this to the
Yeah.
authorities.
Well, if none of you have reported it before we end the session, I'll type something up. I think, if I remember.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll forget about it too.
Categorized list. And then I'll look at my notes later on and wonder, what was I trying to categorize?
This is clearly something for me to do, because I always give myself homework.
And then, of course, you guys do exactly the opposite of what I have prepared for.
What, us?
Not bitter, not bitter.
Look, as one of my old DMs always said, it's not wasted preparation. It's just preparation for something that's going to happen later and in a different spot than where I prepared for it.
And in a different campaign.
Possibly.
Um, no, I have figured out a trick, though. Anything that I don't want you guys to do, I prepare for it.
Fair.
Alright, Armstrong is going to stay on the bridge with you guys' permission. She finally gets the picture that Jai is gets the idea that Jai is sleeping in his quarters. He actually, that's probably a better explanation. We'll say that he spent the bulk of that 16 hours still awake and helping with the calibrations, and that gives him a day of full intense activity, and then another day where he was doing things with the QED and questioning robots and all that, and then a third day where he was doing things with the sensors. He's had very little sleep. He is knocked out.
And now's the time for him to show up. Ah, dang, I was hoping that would work.
I was wondering what the heck you meant there, and then I realized, oh. So, you guys are not player sourcing Jai's instruction or orders. This is now Zoe's making orders.
Yep.
Much easier.
Zoe's captain of the ship. Look at me.
What vehicles are you taking down with you?
Well, I mean, nothing says hi like a grav tank.
It's true.
Will the oh god, what like the Humvees or whatever they're called work on this planet?
Uh-huh.
All-terrain vehicles.
They sure will.
That was
Cool.
green enough.
Well, I mean, we'll
So-
have the grav tank ready for hot drop, but we don't need it with us.
Also, I guess that's a question there too. Is we're going to these like little tucked into like crags, right?
Yes.
Hidden.
Are they large enough for the drop pod to fit into, or we have to land on the surface and like rappel down?
Oh, 1 second here.
Do we need a grapnel gun?
Grapnel
So,
gun. I have Switch with a grav harness. It's better than grapnel gun.
That's only one person getting down.
Well, she's got a rope. They've got a rope. We're not bringing the grav tank. That was a joke.
Aww. Okay.
I mean, I guess we have the space for it.
You do. You have 100 tons worth of vehicles that you can bring in the drop pod.
How many tons is a grav tank?
50.
Wasn't that 25? I remember thinking
It
that we
might be
could store
25.
4 grav
I'm looking it
tanks.
up. I threw a number out, but I am looking it up.
Okay. I vaguely recall thinking our 100 size
Nope.
cargo hold could hold 4.
50.
Oh. Do we have maybe it was 200 size?
Yeah, each space of mass is 200 tons of cargo for you.
There it is. Okay.
So your math was right. It was just wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the crags, these hidden bases, are located in crags that look like they've been carved out by years, decades, or maybe even centuries of these high-speed derricos carving into the earth, kind of how rivers on Earth created the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Um,
even millennia, or millions, or eons.
yeah, yeah, for a very
A
long time.
long time ago.
For
In a
some reason,
galaxy far, far away.
there's just locations and streams where the wind frequently picks up into these tight, fast-moving, superheated derricos and melts out the crag. That makes the surface that you'd be trying to get down um, very jagged, sharp,
Oh, I'm sorry.
bless you, um, and smooth, all in one. Uh, where parts of it have not been knocked off, it's very smooth and obviously very difficult to climb. Where parts of it have been knocked off, it's like obsidian. It's very sharp and jagged.
So that can float.
Taking something that can float is probably a good idea. Um,
You have a hover car, right? Or hovercraft?
Hovercraft will not actually work. They can only be 10
Oh.
meters above the
Ah.
surface.
Okay.
So we need something that can fly.
You need something that can fly, yes.
All right, time to break out the old dirigible.
Well, now.
What? We can put perfectly safe gases in it. This is a thick atmosphere. You probably put oxygen in it, or
That's true.
I mean, it's not like it's gonna explode. Well, it would if we put oxygen in it.
I was gonna say, but I knew you knew better. Your ATVs will have no difficulty with the terrain, even where the sand has been blasted into this sharp black rock. Your hover bike obviously will not have any difficulty with it. However, any ground cars that are not ATVs will need to be driven carefully so as to avoid the sharp, jagged, scarred black ground when you get closer to the edge of the crag.
Okay. Okay. I mean, so we drive over there and then we walk. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I don't think we have a flying vehicle that fits in the drop pod, do we?
I don't think you have any
No.
flying vehicles at all.
Got drones, but they're not really vehicles.
True.
Speaking of, let me see. I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of, I should
Forgot-
be in the habit of telling you when you know that there's QECM, and you find no QECM on the planet.
Awesome. Let me see. Where was that? Let me see. After my upgrade on that one. Yeah, actually, speaking of my working on my upgrade on the my heavy lift stalker, but that's not in place yet. So put it out to what, 40 kilograms? Not enough. Except for someone that's really light. Once I have the second heavy lift on this thing, though, it can pick up a child. Like a big eagle that could swoop in.
I'm just having a little bit of fun drawing a jagged terrain while you guys are.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to drive up to it and then, or
And
I'm
then hoof
sorry.
it.
Did you say? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. Did you say the drop pod could fit in there, or
The drop pod can fit in the drop pod, yes.
Let's.
and the crack and the hole in the ground?
Oh, yes. The crag is this one goes between. Okay. Yeah. The crag is about half a kilometer wide.
Oof.
Oh. Well, I think that solves kind of solves our problem, right? We just drop pod into the crag.
The crag is also very deep, though.
That seems like more reason to bring the drop pod into it.
Okay.
And unless I can think, unless anyone can think of a reason not to. Other than, I don't know. I mean, how would the drop pod, like in regards to those hot storms you're talking about, and them running through these, is that a risk to vehicles? Or is that basically be risk to us being outside of a vehicle? Like with the drop pod, weather that okay?
The drop pod should weather that okay.
Okay. Maybe not necessarily every vehicle though.
No. Your high-tech armored vehicles should be okay. The drop pod is a high-tech armored. Your grav tank is okay. ATVs will survive it, but the people within will not.
Okay. Well, I still feel we should bring the drop pod into the crag then,
Yep. Sounds good to me.
and see if we can't find whatever's down here that isn't Vega entities, and make contact.
We'll just say that.
Why is Charlie not coming again?
I don't know. We're avoiding the Vega entities this time.
Oh, I was under the impression that we might still run into them.
I mean,
Thing that Charlie would very much like to avoid.
that the reason we're going to this location first is because there's no signs of them there.
Okay. Also, he's still a day away from being healed.
Well, I mean,
Being healed completely, you mean?
I could.
mean-
I could shoot you up with some of my Zoe LaRue branded healing potions. It'll only turn your hair a little bit red and make you slightly more feminine. But it'll heal you right up.
Doesn't that give, like, permanent health?
Doesn't give
does.
permanent health. Oh, it does?
Oh.
Yeah, they add +1 to your max hit points.
Oh, well, shit. Wish I had known that. I would have been injecting all of them. Why have I been saving them?
Big drug.
You've probably been saving them because they are one of. Actually, they are the only non-bioscion way of healing quickly in combat.
Mm. Yeah, that's right.
There's lift, but that takes 5 minutes.
Which
Thought
is
the,
not really a big issue here. You could heal him up with some lift, right?
I thought the stim packs did in combat healing.
Nope. The only in-combat healing is bioscience techniques or pre-tech cosmetics. The lift is D8 plus something after 5 minutes.
Okay.
There is Tsunami, which is 10 temporary hit points, but that's not exactly what you want. Actually, not even temporary hit points. It's 10 hit points that go away at the end of its duration.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jai can patch you up as a lift. I'm going to guess that. I guess that's one question: does that come with the ship locker or not?
That doesn't come with the ship locker, no.
Okay. But Jai can manufacture it.
Jai can manufacture it, yeah.
I guess I'll join you guys. If we're not going to be interacting with the Vega, then I'll.
We could
be
still
a
be
part.
going into a hostile situation, but
I just won't participate. Y'all can get into a fight and get y'all self killed.
my drones will get into a fight.
All right. So the location that you're looking at, farther away from the domed cities, is this one over here, drawn on the right of the gridless grid. The
Meters down.
crag
Why do you-
is.
Why do you keep calling it the gridless grid? There is definitely a grid.
Oh, we're not tied to the grid.
Yeah.
Look,
The Roll20 grid is off. Therefore, it is gridless. And because I think it's funny to call it a gridless grid. It entertains me. And thank you for the follow there, Sharadnar. Thanks for watching also. It's about... this particular crag stretches between 250 meters and 350 meters across. It's not perfect. You know, the wind gets scooped into little pockets where it carves out more in some places than others. And it goes about 200 meters down. The base is 10 meters below the surface. Oops. The surface of rocky ground over here. So it'll be about 190 meters up from the bottom of the crag. Your plan is to drop the drop pod in the crag?
yep, as close to the base as we can get it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and draw me an X whereabouts you want to drop it.
Hmm.
All right. I see
Shoot your shot.
you've already moved Natalia over there. She is perfectly happy to go on another flight mission with you guys.
I thought she might be.
Um,
It's all those odds for a little bit extra muscle.
mhm.
And then switch for whatever reason.
All right. Well, that gives you 3 NPCs. Switch is obviously controlled by Xander, Nemesis, or sorry, Meowkin and Nox. Go ahead and claim one of the other NPCs with the color of your drawing tool.
Hmm. I guess I'll take Nataria. You never know. Nataria might get to shoot the guns on the drop pod, right?
Yeah, you might. Okay. You guys move the Raza into a position in orbit where the drop pod can reach that location. Now, are you trying to go as Are you trying to keep the Raza as far away from being directly above this base as possible? Let me tell you what the consequences of that are.
Mhm.
Yeah, farther away means that Natario will need to make a pilot check to get to be able to move the drop pod as far as you want it and not hit any cliff walls or other such difficulties. If you're directly above, there's no skill check, and if you're a little bit farther away, then it's an easy check.
I mean, I don't really. I guess. Do we have any information about what type of base this is?
You don't really. The best you could get from the scans is that there's some kind of energy use in an industrial or workshop fashion. And it's far enough below the surface that your survey sensor array can't give you a map of it.
I mean, we're in a But then again, we are looking at possible pre-tech, right? So they could potentially threaten the drop pod. Is there any sort of landing site there?
It's. Do you mean in the crag or above?
I meant the above the base.
Yeah. The drop pod can still land on the jagged glassy shards. That stuff's not gonna affect the
Oh,
drop pod at all.
oh, you're saying right on the edge of the crag above the base, because the
Yes.
base is only 10 meters. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Anyone else have any input? I guess I'd be fine with just going for right on top, but
Danger. Knox.
Yeah, no, it's fine with me.
I am good, whatever.
All right. Dropping down from right on top makes it a lot easier for Natario. How were you guys going to rise up the approximately 190 meters to get to the base?
Well, Switch has a grav harness and a rope.
Okay.
yeah.
Is a grav harness something that you guys could all have?
Probably not.
I don't know. I think it's
Uh,
tier 5.
Yeah, it's TL5, so you couldn't all have a grav harness. It's not in your store.
Well, and I
we
can't
could do
I
graph
can't have it because I could either have it and nothing else, or
So it's hold on, how do graph sheets work? It's just like a graph harness, just kind of like a always reusable grav chute, right? Oh, it just allows flight straight up. The grav chute's just like dropping down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it costs 1,000 units a piece, or 1,000 credits a piece. So that's probably still. Where is my list of where their tech levels are? Here we go.
Yeah, I'm only stalling you here
No.
because I'm a little bit concerned about how you'll ascend nearly 200 meters.
Is
Uh,
it 200 meters of
I,
straight
I
up
thought we were
air?
only going. I thought we were only going down 10 meters. Oh, are you
Maybe.
saying?
the
So
Oh,
the
what we,
the base is in the lip of this crag. Is that what I'm
yes,
hearing?
yeah,
So why don't we just land on the top and walk our asses over to it?
I thought that's what we ended up settling
Yeah.
on. I thought that's what you're saying is we're landing above the base instead of in the crag.
the X
Yeah.
threw me off.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't move it since you can't mention those challenges. So yeah, we'll basically just do like this.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, I'd kind of like to be in the crag, but you know, in this scenario, the fact that it's nearly 200 meters up is
Challenging.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not insurmountable. You guys just don't have the tools for it at this moment.
Well, yeah. I mean, let me see here. Tool. What was it? How long's the grapnel launcher? Up to 40 meters. Yeah. It's like, yeah, up to 40 meters. Yeah, you'll never need. Yeah, that's more than enough distance, right? 200 meters is really long. Or really far.
It is really far. It's 2 football fields down.
Yeah.
All right. So that does make things considerably easier. There's no skill check for Natario to get you guys down there safely. You're still bringing the ATV, right?
Yeah, I just don't think we're gonna end up using it.
Yeah.
We're gonna land right next to it, and then we're just gonna hop over the edge. Good to have in case we need a anti-vehicle weapon, I guess.
Okay. I am still going to call for a pilot check from her, just for the stealthiness of this.
Sure. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Oof.
Be suspicious. Be suspicious.
Okay. I wasn't making a difficult check, and the grav tank or the drop pod has the -3 if anyone is trying to if anybody is trying to track you, which they might be.
Maybe. Probably, actually. Natara, use your expert reroll. Oh, we went down here without a plan. Ah, well.
Time to go back up, make a plan, and then come down.
Oh no, I rolled 2d5 instead of 2d6. It wouldn't have mattered. I'm not re-rolling that, it's too funny.
It wouldn't have mattered. What's that supposed to mean?
Uh,
Did you roll high on 2d5?
so the drop pod
We about to get wrecked.
is descending very rapidly, as it does when you're trying to be stealthy with it. And you're all bracing for the inevitable sudden braking, inertial braking, before it crashes into the ground, or so it doesn't crash into the ground. And after 10 minutes of maneuvering the Raza and getting the drop pod in position, and then sending that drop pod down, you guys come to that screeching halt. Your heart and your lungs sink into your stomach, and then you're on a cushion of air.
Cushion of air?
You're floating on a cushion of air.
Are we dead? Is this the afterlife?
No, this is just you're in a drop pod still is
It doesn't like physically crash down. It just kind of
yeah.
hovers when it hits or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
Okay. It's like a hovercraft, but for going up and down real fast.
Okay.
Well, I've previously narrated that it does actually touch down, so the cushion of air is momentary and fleeting. It's just so that you don't crash. But moments later, you hear the crackling of basically broken bottles as the drop pod lowers its full weight and the weight of the cargo container that you brought with you onto this earth. Notario is frantically looking at all the sensors and the scans and everything, flipping from one to another.
I'm thinking if you roll 2d5, if you rolled a 10 and you have -3, that would put it at a 7.
She looks back. I don't think we've been seen.
I believe it.
How long should I wait for you?
Wow, I'm realizing we came down here without a plan. An hour?
Yes, you did.
Hour seems good. Is my drone should be able to work here, right? They'll just get shredded by any storm. Which, by the way, they don't have a storm coming, right? We didn't just land. There's a storm coming, and we better get out of here.
No, as far as you could
Okay.
tell from your scan about unusual weather patterns, there's nothing brewing in the atmosphere here that would risk you getting caught right in the middle of a storm.
Cool.
You are
that
on like
case-
day 30 of their 46-day, however, so it'll be bright for quite a while.
Okay. I do have my Ghost Walker drone on me,
Okay.
so I could take a better, closer look at the facility first, the safety of the drop pod.
Okay. Do you open up the drop pod to release the drone?
Yeah, presumably.
A wave of heat cascades into the drop pod, bringing some of you nearly instantly to a sweat.
This is
It-
my
It is quite warm out there. It's not damaging warm. It's not going to do anything to you, but except maybe exhaust you after a while. Um,
Good gosh.
Yep.
Now I see why they live in domes.
and it's all a dry heat too.
Well,
That's
good.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. It means it can get up to 105, 110, and you don't realize how dangerous it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Nemesis flies her Ghostwalker drone out and I assume closes the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just let my drone free. This is the one that has the sensor transparency, holoskin, and grab muffles.
Right.
And we need to add in a small little capsule door just to throw out drones.
I got torpedo tubes, but they call them drone tubes instead,
Yeah, basically.
that
or airlock. Honestly, I
that's
mean, it
seems
probably
easy.
has an probably has an airlock, right?
For a drop pod, I wouldn't think so.
I
It's
guess
got
it's
as
gonna be
much of an
dropped down
airlock
to
as a shuttle or a
unplanned.
fighter starship would have, which is usually none.
The airlock is between the outside of your vac suit and the inside of the hull.
Yeah. If you're worried about the air
Uh,
getting in, wear a vac suit.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, the movable and usable space of a drop pod is not large enough to accommodate an airlock. Remember, this is just a trucker cab.
I suppose.
At least that's my
Anyway,
visual of it. Um, what is your Ghostwalker drone named, or does it have a name?
that's just my stealth drone. I
Okay.
don't have a specific name for it.
All right. Uh, what are you doing with the stealth drone?
Just having a closer look at the facility, see if I see any movement or anything.
All right. The drone flies over to the lip. Um, I assume it slows down as it approaches the lip of the. I should just call it a cliff instead of a crag. Um, the lip of the cliff, and peers down. And you immediately see those 10 meters down plus a couple meters for regular building height. Um, what looks like a short runway out of the cliff face. Um, it is very short, but apparently needed to be extended outside of the facility for some reason. There is a large shuttered door, not shuttered door, a large security door that is currently closed, um, as well as a smaller human-sized door with regular controls on the side of it. There don't appear to be any windows.
Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead and recall the drone. It can't really do anything with it. But now we know they're not waiting at it. There's not like turrets or anything waiting to. Well, at least none that are not embedded in the wall and hidden.
Nothing that the drone saw. Nope.
All right. Well, I guess we're ready to. Are we rappelling down? I've always wanted to try that at least once.
Sure.
The GM will be finished drawing in just one moment.
Doodling.
Doodling.
Jeez.
Doodling.
There was a window at that door, but it was completely black. There is this guard railing that goes across. It actually goes across the extended portion of the runway, but it had mechanisms to drop so that whatever's launching out of there doesn't crash into it. And then, of course, all of this is just cliff face. seared black cliff face. Are you leaving your drone there to watch as you guys make your way over?
I guess I'll keep that one. No, I'm gonna have that one just I'm gonna have that one just sit on the drop pod. Cause I'll have my 2 combat drones. I'm gonna have the one. I have one on my waist and the other one in the air behind me.
All right. Oh, dang it. FD. There we go. All right. Those of you that are making the trek across the black jagged earth, go ahead and move yourself over to the little trekking box. Are you going in the ATV or are you just walking?
We landed on the edge, right?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
we're
you landed
I'm
pretty
sure just
close to the
walk.
edge, right?
That's all it's up to.
You're maybe.
I guess the ATV could be useful as an anchor point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely bring it closer to the edge than the drop pod was safe to land. Drop pod is about 20-25 meters away, so it was kind of a silly question to begin with. Yes, do you
I
want?
would go and have a look at it and see if we need an anchor point, and if we do, I would bring the ATV out. But if we don't, I'll leave it in.
Just with the rope that comes with rope and grapnel and all that, that like 40 meters would be sufficient
Okay.
to anchor even to your drop pod.
Cool.
Are you planning on rappelling down there with the rope?
Yeah, but I have switch go down with all my gear and stuff with the
Okay.
grav harness.
Let's first get a survive wisdom check from someone.
Someone who's good at that.
Somebody who's good at
Probably.
that.
Charlie.
I am trained in survive. Although
Oh,
it
thank
is
God.
at a 0.
You didn't roll well earlier, but you're probably our best bet anyways.
Oh boy.
Just don't roll 2 ones. That'll be fine. I mean, what are the
Gotcha.
odds?
I'll roll a 1 and a 2.
What are the odds of that happening twice in a row?
Oh my God.
Pretty likely, apparently.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're all gonna die.
That's okay.
Charlie.
Today's the day that we all roll poorly and die horribly.
These
No wonder
things
Lulu
happen.
didn't show up.
Yeah, didn't want to be here for the TPK.
55 sessions end like this.
Charlie is able to secure, or at least oversee, the securing of the rope to the drop pod, and also ensure that its path is not directly in contact with any of the sharper bits of the ground that might cut it. Oops. Dang it, roll 20. I hate that. Just roll 10. Roll 20 in general. And
That's
you
fair.
guys are ready to rappel down to this small extended runway, and lip on this cliffside thing.
Ooh, excuse me.
Base, that's what I'm looking for.
Charlie is gonna walk down.
Charlie could have carried all of Zoe's stuff.
Yeah.
It was a theoretical possibility.
Alright, anyone that does not have exert, go ahead and give me an exert check.
That's me.
I plan to make sure that if I do slip and fall, that the rope will catch me.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
Obviously, I use my int fix to rig up some kind of thing.
I assume it's exert strength.
Uh, exert strength will work. Exert con would also work.
Same difference for me.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, con.
Jeez.
Okay.
I'm exactly average in con, so I'll just take the good dice roll.
You're both able to make it down there without undue strain. It's not exactly what you're used to, but you've also been out here salvaging and uh, kind of surviving for several months now. Um, it's also not all that unusual for you to be doing this. Well,
What?
this part is unusual. It's just
I am still thinking, like, why did I volunteer for this? What, like, I didn't even need to be pushed into the. Like, what's wrong with me today?
Yeah, this is a crew of people who should not be going on away missions, who all end up going on away missions. It's all good.
We're gonna label that the lip.
The lip.
Ooh, welcome to the lip. Huh, huh.
Yep. All of you are on that.
Do we have to be able to actually fit our pogs into the lip in order to fit onto the lip?
No, no,
Oh,
you're
okay.
fine. It's about 8 meters wide, including the space for the human-sized door, and you're sorry, and about 1 meter long at the doorway, with an extra 2 meters of runway coming out beyond that. There's plenty of place, plenty of room for you to stand. In front of you is a massive, um, massive metal door, likes of which are probably intended to both keep out the heat, um, and also secure whatever's inside here from an attack. And an equally sturdy but much smaller door through which humans can go, and a protected terminal beside it. Physically protected, or you can just lift off the cover. It's just protecting it from the heat.
Should we knock? Should we knock first?
Yeah.
Putting Nemesis down there too, whether you want it or not.
Oh. Yeah. Wow. I suppose so. Got my drone on my hip, and I've got another one hovering menacingly behind me.
And Saul stayed back with the drop pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I walk up and knock on the door. Or ring their doorbell, or look up
Okay.
at the camera and go, "Hey."
Oddly enough, there's no camera.
Cool. Time to break into this door.
You knock on the door and you don't hear anything immediately. How long are you waiting?
Like 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then, I'm already studying the panel to see what it needs to do to. Or I guess this could be Charlie's thing too, right?
Yeah.
Security
Might be.
boy. Boy.
30 seconds passes and you have not heard anything yet.
I try the door before, just try and open it.
It is
Give it
locked.
the old turn of a doorknob. Okay. It's always good to
You'd feel
confirm
really
these things
stupid if you
before we-
hadn't tried.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Pick the lock.
All right.
What about the big door? Is it a roll-up door or?
It looks like a powered door. It's going to open from the center.
Like an iris.
Yes.
Interesting. And what are these little blocks here at the bottom?
Those just are anchor points.
Gotcha.
That's to give you
All right.
the illusion of safety on this otherwise fragile lip 190 meters above ground.
Gotcha.
So Charlie's going to try and pick the human-sized lock?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Yeah, a moment here. While I'm momenting, go ahead and roll your sneak.
Pretty sneaky.
Only an average roll.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Alright. Uh, Charlie is familiar enough with basic locking mechanisms, and he also had some opportunity to see what kind of locks and things were used on Kanagiris. This looks the same. In fact, with his keen eye for locking and security mechanisms, this actually is a similar brand to what was used on Kanagiris buildings. Having frequently role-played downtime as Charlie testing his skills against various locks, I also assume that perhaps he picked some up on Kanagiris where he had an opportunity.
Yep. Whenever he has the chance, he'll pick up locks. That
Yep.
being said, manual, like physical locks, are kind of his specialty.
Mm-hmm. And this actually is a manual physical lock. Um, with having studied this brand of lock on Kanagiris, he already knows what it's vulnerable to, and within 15 seconds, he has popped it open.
Hot damn. Nice one, Charlie.
Got LPL in the brain now.
Yep, yep. I'll also include with that roll, Charlie did not notice any security features attached as far as he can tell. If there is something, it is clearly, well, not clearly, it is very completely and cleverly hidden inside.
Or it might just not. It just might not exist.
Or it
We're
might
gonna
just
get
not
it. It's
exist.
just going to be like a
So this is just
cross
like a-
bolt trap.
So it's just like a. So basically, what you're saying is that this seems like security here is very low.
You're not seeing a whole lot of security. Do you open the door?
Yes, sir.
So little that it's surprising that they even locked the door.
The door opens into what looks like a small airlock chamber. You feel the blast of cool air rushing out at you, immediately destroyed by the heat outside. And there is another door that appears to be sealed in front of you. Airlock door, specifically. There's about 3 meters of space, 3 meters by about 1 meter wide, for you guys to pile in if you want to all enter. But as with most airlocks, you probably won't be able to open that inner door without some kind of actual override or closing the outer door.
Okay. And let's get in and close the door.
Alright, because I am having fun with the boxes, have an airlock box.
He's gone mad with boxes.
Oh lordy. I guess I will shut down the the active drone to in this enclosed space. It's not just going.
One just lands on your head.
All right. There is also a window in this airlock door, and you can see through it. It's not blacked out. Beyond that window is a hallway that looks like it just goes further into the facility. There's doorways on either side and a hallway off to the left. Or rather, an open passage, I should say. And the door in front of you, once you've closed the outer door, there is a green light that immediately turns orange. You guys are very savvy with ships, by the way. By now, that is simply telling you that the inner airlock door is safe to open, but is locked, or otherwise access controlled.
Are we trying to break into this one too?
I mean, we could stop now if you want.
We can just stay here. We are safely
Move
inside.
here. Yeah, well, I mean, what more do we want?
It is
We're
much...
just looking for.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, we're just looking for a safe space.
Yeah, it is much cooler in here, and you no longer need your atmo filters.
All right, mission accomplished. See you guys next week.
Yep. Well, Jai asked where we are. No one tell them.
We did some stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so we're not in the Raza. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he'll just take off. You know that.
Yeah, we kind of retired.
Ooh, we did mess up, leaving Jai on the Raza without any of us.
No, he came with us.
Ooh.
He came with us.
The only assurance you have that he won't leave is he really wants to know where April is. So until Lisa finds April, you guys are safe.
He really wants to know. He really wants a copy of that book. And really wants to know what the color of the underwear were.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a lock picking check.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
This one's more difficult for Charlie, in that it's not just a physical lock mechanism. He's also needing to hit certain switches with electrical pulses so that they register that he has proper authorization to get through. You need a 10.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to aid him,
Oh yeah.
you might be able to reach that.
Oh yeah.
Fix it up. Fix it up.
Yeah. No, I can totally make his Metatool do the thing that it needs to.
Okay.
See?
Alright, so...
Would have been hilarious. That was also just a flat 9.
And then it's my turn. And I make I design a program to
So yeah, Zoe makes some adjustments to the Metatool that Charlie is using, and solders some wires on there that'll carry a charge, and get
Anybody
him
got
the...
a AA battery?
Yeah. I'm sure there's an A cell among you guys somewhere.
Yeah. No, I'm sure I've got switch carrying some.
Yeah.
Take it out of the robot and put it back in later.
Now, one thing that may give you guys pause is as you're working this door, you see somebody pass by about 8 meters down this lengthy hallway, and they're just crossing from in a T-section intersection from one side to the other. They don't even look over in your direction.
Hilarious.
just. I guess we just share like silent glances at each other.
Because they're a
Like,
ghost.
Should we say something?
We'll introduce ourselves once we're inside.
All right, after that shared glance, Charlie gets back to work, and this one does take almost 2 full minutes, but you're able to trick the airlock into letting you through.
I mean, presumably the individual we saw was not like heavily armed, right? Like it's just like
No, they were just wearing like kind of white clothes.
so we definitely stand out in our combat field uniforms.
A bit, yeah.
I mean, if they had thought to turn their heads.
No, it is
What
only
time of day is it on the planet?
It is day 30 of 46 days of day. That's the best you've got.
Yeah, we don't really know what their sleep cycle is like.
Although, you did get that list of strange commands. I would let you guys, if you want to know what kind of, daily part of the daily cycle they're on, the human daily cycle, I would let you guys have that with a good, it would be difficult, administer check.
Oh wow, I'll do that.
And by difficult, I mean difficulty 10.
Yeah, I mean difficult for normal people.
Yeah, there's not quite enough information to make it easy.
Well, now I say that. Boy, howdy, this is a new scene, right?
It is a new scene. Do you want to
I
know
really
that
want
badly?
No, I actually don't want to know that badly. But you can see me really thinking it over.
Looking like you're built different, but in reality, you're built normal.
I'm genetically different.
The orange switch turns green, and the door opens.
Alright.
This is the part where we find out they don't speak English.
What? Languages in my game?
Have the what were the broadcasts in?
The broadcasts were in both Persian and Spanish.
Oh, great. All right.
So what we should have done is brought Jai down.
Or Nataria.
We did bring Jai down. Jai is with us.
Jai is not with you. Jai is sleeping.
Nope, I have stuck my hand up inside his head and I am working his mouth like a puppet.
Hello, I'm Jai. I'd be happy to translate for you.
Talking
have
about
sounds just
Jai
like
does
him.
not speak Persian.
He
We
speaks
need
Spanish, though,
actual
doesn't he?
Jai.
No, Jai speaks Persian. The Natario
Nataria
speaks Spanish. Yeah. Translator torques are TL4.
Oh, well, fuck it, then we have one of those.
That's easily done with your ship storeroom.
Okay, dokie.
Use a fate point to say that we brought one with us.
They don't even
Uh,
have any encumbrance, so I'm...
Yeah, we all just have one.
Yeah, you guys knew well enough. We don't even have to pretend it was a fate point. Now, do you want one for each language? Which language are you wearing, or are you wearing both to confuse everyone? Because remember, it translates audibly.
Yeah. I think I would have a Spanish one.
We can go ahead and rock the Spanish to Persian one.
Oh no!
Absolutely not useful at all.
No, even better. Wouldn't they create an infinite loop? I would imagine they have
No,
something.
I am going to restrict your store to only translating things into Spacer.
Dang.
Which then gets translated to British English for me.
Yes.
So I should have a -4.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
But I'll have a. Can I get a British? Can I get a? Well, I mean, presumably I could get like a British English and Persian, right? I need some Persian in there.
I don't mind the storeroom because you speak British English better, also having all the languages into British English.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, well, depending on what language I speak, one or multiple people are going to be confused, but that's okay.
Oh, we're getting a map. That means there's going to be combat.
Or does it?
Start shooting everything.
Pew 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 pew.
You see a couple of doors off to the side, and then you also see those hallways, one branching off to the left, which, even just from the sounds of it, clearly goes into the, excuse me, the ship bay, or at least near to the ship bay. Um, and then one further down that just kind of looks like an access tunnel. You guys are standing there, and the door lock, the airlock closes behind you.
Now we're trapped. We're not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with us.
This map is not big enough for my pogs.
It's not. Go ahead and just move yourself to the base map, base square, rectangle, and we'll use one of Nemesis's drones
Oh no.
for you guys' movement. Actually, I'll just drop a new one for that.
Sure. See, these are very special. They got a little turret icon on them.
Yeah. And I can do this. That's maybe a little bit smaller than I intended.
It looks like an unhappy face.
Does it? It does. Okay. And controlled by everyone. Okay. There is your positional marker. Out of the airlock.
And the person we saw went into this room? Or
Nope.
were they further down?
They walked from here to here.
Just delivering unto you the heads up. Roll20's crashed on me.
Okay. Just do it this way.
Right
They
to left.
they walked that path.
Yeah, that's really the only one that would make sense unless they're walking away from us.
And got it, Knox. Thank you.
I guess I could have walked like here and then just that way without ever having looked to the right. Didn't look both ways.
You are hearing footsteps and some what just sounds like casual conversation coming up from this direction. If that casual conversation gets to about, well, actually to about the intersection and stays the same volume it's at, then your translator torques will start translating.
Turn it off, turn it
hello,
off.
hello, the base.
I guess
Like
that's.
I'm not real big on sneaking around.
Yeah.
And plus, I think my description there is actually a little bit extreme. That would cause a lot of chaos if translator torques were picked up and translated
Oh,
that distance.
And also always on.
Yeah, I suppose.
Presumably they have an off switch.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. All right.
Or,
Well, Zoe calls
headphones.
out, "Hello, the base."
Yeah.
The casual conversation, as well as the footsteps, immediately stop, and you hear called out in Persian what sounds like a greeting and a question.
I don't have Persian, so it's up to you guys now.
Who's got the Persian torque, and is it on?
Me!
I
It's
guess
not on, but I'll turn it on now.
Yeah, I guess we could swap to the other ones. There's no reason not to have brought them both.
There really isn't. No.
Yeah. Take us to your The hell were the caches called?
Generals.
Show us your decaliters of water. Sorry, I'm getting real bad Dune vibes, and it's not because I watched the trailer like 5 times today.
Real excited, aren't you?
Just a little bit.
Okay. So what does Zoe or Nemesis or Charlie say to them once the proper translator torques are set up?
I think I'm pretty sure we start with just hello.
Do we know what they said?
Once your translator torques are on, they'll start translating. Well, not on, but once they were all set up for Persian. I don't believe anybody said they had the Persian one set up and on at the time.
Nope.
So whatever they said first is lost
To the ages.
to the ages.
Never to be heard again.
Unless you ask them to repeat it.
Yeah, does it, what?
Huh?
Well, that gets translated into Persian, and you hear back, translated into Spacer or British English. Hello, who is this?
It's me, your conscience speaking. Be nice to the people at the front door, for they are wise and powerful.
One moment, please, while I get Warbot stats.
Try and decide how they deal with that shit.
Do you need
Nah.
15 minutes?
I'm just going to straight to the Warbot stats.
Okay, good.
And actually, we are at 1 o'clock. So would you guys like to take your break right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go turn on the air conditioner.
That
And
sounds
I'm gonna
like a
go-
fantastic idea.
Give these cats an early dinner because they're really bugging me.
All right.
They're
No, you can't reward them for bugging
I am
you. They'll just continue bugging
No.
you.
No, I am negotiating with terrorists here. Okay, I understand this.
We'll be back in 15 minutes.
All right, I'll be right back.
So, your character has been in kind of a quantum rest state. Do you want Jai to be with them or up on a ship?
Fine with them being up on the ship.
Okay.
Lets me sit back and listen in for more detail.
Sure. What I have narrated as far as Jai goes is that he was involved in all the activity on day one on Kanagiris, and even after that he was involved heavily in preparing the robot for questioning and in inspecting the agrobots. He was involved in all that. And then there was some travel to Ecos. He might have gotten some rest there, but nope, he got involved in other things. So he basically hadn't sleeping for 3 days.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Art imitates life.
Yeah.
And so that's why he wasn't involved in any of the decisions to scan the planet, to wait. And he's probably just recently woken up within the last hour or two to find that this operation was being planned and underway.
All right. He's going to go ahead and roll over and just sigh and then roll over and go back to sleep then.
And we are back in frame. The last thing that happened was that you guys all equipped and activated one of the translator torques. Well, two. One going into British English and one going into Spacer. That way you just don't have, 3 different translator torques or 4 different translator torques all speaking at the same time. And the voice around the corner has called out, "Who are you?" And Zoe's response was,
Oh god, do I have to do it again?
"Yes."
Look, I just fucking riffed it, man. I don't even remember what I said.
It was your conscience speaking, something or other.
Yeah,
trust
be
the
nice to
people
the
that
people at the
walked
front
in.
door. They're
Yeah.
very wise and powerful. Yep. Okay. It all came back to me.
All
Look,
right.
sometimes I just open my mouth and stuff comes out, man. I don't know.
There's another word for that.
Yeah.
I mean, usually it's 2 words: verbal diarrhea.
The voice around the corner responds in Persian. Ha ha ha. You're not supposed to be here. Conscience. And then another voice. This one, both these voices are female. There is no conscience here. Go away.
Well, it was worth a shot. All right, I guess we'll leave. And then I make noises as if we're walking away and closing the airlock door. And then I stop and say, "No, that was a joke. I'm sorry."
Yeah. What do you roll for Foley work?
I know what an airlock sounds like. Don't come any closer. We have guns.
Great.
Can I roll notice to see if that sounds like they're lying?
Yes, you can. With wisdom.
Yes. I mean, I guess that's probably some sort of disadvantage too through the translator torque.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
It's
no,
-2.
I mean, I don't know. They might have guns. I can't tell. Hold on. I know how to test this theory. What if I fly one of my weaponized drones around the corner? Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna say like,
Alright. Nemesis flies the gun drone around the corner and looks at them. As the drone flies over, it startles 2 women wearing very plain clothes, just like they look like just colonist, like space colonist clothes, the kind of clothes that you would put on a starship that is going to be traveling for 100 years without metaspace travel.
so we got a oh gosh, what do you call it? Well, I'm thinking of Wool, the book series, but I don't know if that really applies.
Are you
Or
talking?
rather, I don't know if you get that reference.
I don't. I don't.
Is
Sorry.
that the one where the people live in the bunker?
Yeah, bunker people. There we go.
I remember reading the first couple chapters of that and then getting bored and stopping.
Oh, I liked them. I read all. I think I read all the books. It's been a while. I don't remember if I read them. We got to them all, but
Well,
I enjoyed them.
These 2 dark-skinned women with vague Indian/Persian features, both startle, jump, and kind of hug each other. Look at the drone. They don't have weapons on them.
Okay, I know you don't have weapons.
What do you want?
Get that thing out of here! Come on. I just walk around the corner.
Yeah, I'll let it rest.
Sorry about my friend. He's a little Jeez. God, sorry.
That's whatever.
A little jumpy, you know. Meeting
Clearly,
new
Zoe
people.
was referring to the drone.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Its name is Albert.
Well, Nemesis, your drone has a name now.
Oh dang.
The other drone is named Bill. And then if you have a third drone, its name is Carl.
Okay, well, those names are gonna get forgotten. Lost to the vagaries of time.
Especially since we don't know which drone is which.
And I'm not personifying my drones, Zoe.
Okay.
You could try, but they're
it's
not
gonna
being
happen.
personified.
It's gonna happen whether you like it or not.
They-
These drones are gonna end up with googly eyes.
They're
Do you
extensions
need a
of.
moment?
No, we're good.
I assume that was in character.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This is. So I go around the corner. I'm like, hey,
Obviously, we're just trying to put them at ease, right? That's the plan.
By arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes around the corner. She sees they're now that the drone is gone, they're collecting themselves and standing up with a little bit more dignity. They look wide-eyed and scared of you.
I lift up my hand and say hi.
And the translator
Yep.
Torque translates that into hi in Persian.
Of all people.
Where did you come from?
So I'm really tempted to do a joke here, but instead I'll just say we came from the sky.
Oh,
You know what the
oh,
sky is?
are you new? You don't look Kieran. And at this point, you're hearing more voices from over here. Someone else is coming around the corner. They're speaking more loudly, and I mean you can't tell because it's not translated yet, but it sounds pretty directed at some kind of event that is happening. You are probably the event.
So they're not like yelling over their shoulder or something?
No, no. They're walking.
Is this
The
a
voices are carrying briskly towards you.
is this a dead end? Have I trapped these ladies in this dead end?
There is a door behind them.
Okay, so they could leave if they wanted to. All right. I don't feel bad about it anymore. Yeah, no, we're not from Canagiris.
You're what faction? Oh, you're not from. How did you make it down here?
I mean, landed. It's
With
not
the
that
black
hard.
ships.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, there's ways around that. Wait, did you say the black ships?
Yeah,
Title
they're
drop?
ignoring you now
Title
and
drop?
chattering excitedly. Too rapid for your translator Torque to make any sense of it.
Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit. I call bullshit. It picks
All
up some words.
It picks up some words. And go ahead and roll. Let's see. What do you think would be an appropriate skill check and ability score to try and make more sense out of the rapid, overlapping chatter that the translator Torque is giving you?
Look, all I'm gonna say is there's a skill called talk.
Somebody rolled 2d4.
Somebody.
Go ahead and roll talk with what ability score you think is appropriate.
I don't know, intelligence, charisma.
I'll go with intelligence.
Kablamo.
Okay. It again, you can't follow their exact conversation, but
Sure.
you can definitely make out that they are excited by the prospect of being able to get people here.
Okay, good. So they're not excitedly talking about stabbing me in the neck.
No, they are.
Okay, good.
They're
That's saying fresh meat, fresh meat.
Yeah, look, there's orders of importance on what I want translated, and if they're saying let's stab this infidel in the neck, I want to know that first.
Nope. They appear to be of Kanagaran descent, and they are talking about. They're kind of excited to see descendants. Or the other one says, one of them says they're descendants, leaves it vague, or is translated vague. Another one simply says daughter.
Hmm.
And they both turn to you. You must tell us what are these ways? And now the chatter from the other hallway is getting louder, and you're being addressed from that side by a man and a couple more women. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I tell the two ladies, maybe you could introduce us to your friends, and we could all have this conversation at once.
They actually do that, but I still want you to roll me a talk charisma.
Do 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 do. Ooh, charisma.
Oh my.
Reasons.
They they rush past you. They don't even look like they're trying to skirt around you. They don't appear
Like
to.
I'm very non-threatening.
Yeah, you've put them at ease with both being small and tiny and frail, and also with your voice.
Yeah. Zoe LaRue making friends.
They rush up to the
I'm gonna
oncoming.
I'm gonna
Uh,
laugh my ass off. This is the first group of people. I'm like, I'm Zoe LaRue, and they're like, who?
they rush up to meet the oncoming base residents.
Zoe LaHoo.
Zoe LaHoo, and
Exactly.
quickly explain to them that what you've just told them, that you're not even from Canagiris, but that you were able to reach the surface without being destroyed by the black ships. And that gets all of them chattering. You, in such a way that they probably can't even follow their own conversations. But it's more of the same. Your translator Torques are able to pick up what sounds like just a continuation of their conversation with each other.
Right.
Um,
Are there any convenient like symbols on the walls that happen to coincide with any of the previous factions we dealt with?
oh sure. All
Shit.
all the way at the end. Now that you're not looking at them, you see a flag with a book and a flag with a squid.
Damn it!
And 3 other flags. Fags. Whoops.
Oh,
Wow.
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 3 other flags.
Leave cigarettes out of this.
Cancel this fucking podcast. Let's get out of here.
With
You're
the
ratioed.
other factions.
So, no specific faction flag, just all the faction flags.
Damn it. That's not good.
Oh, sorry. There's only 4 flags.
Oh, only 4.
Right, I
What
forgot.
was it,
One of them
6?
really doesn't leave Ecos.
Yeah, because they're the ones that are like, we
Oh.
shouldn't go to Canagiris ever.
Or to Ecos.
I think it's the one that.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't it one of the ones that's just like, who gives a shit, guys?
Yep.
We're fighting over this planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think the divinity thing is hogwash, and or simply don't care. They just want Canagiris to be safe. They are inclined towards sabotage and political manipulation, however.
Oh.
So they're not entirely innocent. They just have a more rational goal, maybe?
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah,
florists.
I mean, it's more straightforward, at least.
But no, you see flags representing the Ascendants, the Reverents, the Revitalists, and the Firsters.
Okay. Well, shit. Hopefully they don't talk to their friends very much.
You mean the ones on Canagiris that can't get off the planet?
Well, yeah, but I assume that they have radio waves.
Do they? I mean, radio waves. How long does it take them? Can you even communicate radio waves between 2 planets? That can't be easy.
For some reason,
Um,
there's been no communication between Canagiris and Ecos that you're aware of.
Oh, okay. Probably because, broadcasting brings the black ships or some nonsense.
Yeah, probably something like that. Um,
I assume they have light. They have laser beams. The old Morse code. Beep 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 beep. No.
Well, you guys weren't on Canagiris long enough, I think, or interacting in a non-hostile, non-violent manner long enough to really know how much communication efforts they make.
That's fair.
There are some efforts from Canagiris to communicate with Ecos, but I'll let you guys decide how much of this knowledge any of your characters know. But basically, yes, there are some efforts from Canagirans to communicate with things on Ecos. Those are mostly within the factions that actually believe that the gods on Ecos are alive. Um, but after decades and centuries of no response, those efforts are resigned more to hobbyists and the true diehards that think, oh, they'll respond to me. I just have to try harder.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the woman that you cornered, kind of, against the door over here, takes charge here and steps in front of kind of quiets the group behind her. A growing group, by the way. There are more people that are coming to see the commotion, and steps forward to talk with you. Uh, would you sit with us?
Oh, I would love to.
Please forgive me for asking this, but can you leave your weapons?
Sure. I give all my weapons to Switch.
Okay. She does a quick once-over visual inspection of Charlie and Nemesis. Do either of them have visible weapons?
I do have the trilobite pistol on me, so I mean, I'm fine with leaving that. I can always just call the drones to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure I guess they'll be foiled by doors, so I don't know.
They would be foiled by
That's-
doors, yes.
That's
should've brought
why
it.
we have Switch. She has
That's
So
why.
hands.
people were here. Okay. I guess my Discord crashed because I couldn't hear any of you for the past, I don't know, 45 minutes.
Oh wow.
What?
That's
No.
awkward.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, no, I tried talking. I couldn't hear any of y'all, so I was like, all right, maybe Discord crashed. I closed it. It would not reopen, so I'm restarting my computer.
Okay. All right.
Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries. All right. They are. They accept that. They're satisfied with that. And the one that's been doing the talking introduces herself as Shiva Shukahi. Says you may just call her Shiva. And offers a little bit excess of an explanation. Says that
Hold on. Question. Sheba with a B or Shiva with a V?
the god, not the cat food.
Sheba a cat food?
I think Shiba is a cat food, isn't it?
That's what I said.
Oh, I might be thinking of the dog. Yeah, it is Shiva with a V, as in Victor.
Gotcha. Okay. Nothing like naming yourself after the god of death.
Well, it's probably her
Being named
parents that named her.
After? Yeah, the game.
On a planet that's been at war, civil war for centuries.
This is my daughter, Deathy McDeath.
I mean, Shukohi even looks like it could be shoot.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering.
Yeah, she offers unsolicited explanation that they are all refugees from Kanagiris, and they've set aside their warlike ways, but they're still a little bit itchy around weapons.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, particularly when they're
It's
not
just
armed.
we brought them because you never know what you're gonna meet behind a closed door, you know? But you guys seem friendly enough. You people seem friendly enough. I'm trying to be
we've-
less gendered in my speaking, you know?
We're really trying to.
This group seems to be heavily weighted towards females. All in all, you count 6 women and 2 men. You are led along the way a little bit deeper into the facility, although not too deep. You get the sense that you've probably reached about the edge of it, and taken to a small farm slash eating area. It is a galley with hydroponics right there inside of it. And Shiva says that one of the men there, actually two of the, one of the men and one of the girls, will start making some tea and an early dinner, and sits down at one of the tables. There's, despite there only being 8 of them here, there's ample room for you guys, for all of you, to sit at various tables. She
Cool.
sits looking intently at you. Where are you all from?
Well,
My
we
companion's
all
stories are
kind
their,
of, yeah, we
their
all
own.
kind of come from different places. If you're talking like, place of origin.
I'm from, oh god, what the hell's the name of that fucking planet?
Lamiera.
La Miera, thank you. I wanted to say La Madeira, but I was like, no, that's not right.
Lamiera, and there's a little chatter. They don't seem to know where that is.
Planet a few jumps that way, and I point in what is actually the correct direction, but I just kind of randomly pointed.
Okay. And they do this with each of you, a little bit of it's kind of they seem to be interested in where you're from, but when you tell them, they don't know where that is. So it's mostly just, hey, that's a neat name that you're from. One of the women calls over. Get to the point. We want to know how you defeat the black ships.
Well,
So okay, so defeat might be an overstretch.
There's a collective groan, and then chatter about how you're not so great after all.
Look,
well,
if you
we're
never,
not trapped here
yeah, if you don't fight them,
that we know of yet.
you don't lose to them.
So,
Well, what do you
Y'all
mean if
are-
you don't fight them? They're everywhere.
Well, I mean,
I don't see signs of that many. How many? It was like five sites that they had those.
we're about to find out what we did was fucking amazing, and we
That-
didn't even know.
That, or you're about to find that when you go back up, there are about 8 black ships just
Yeah.
hovering there.
Well, I would like to think that our captain on board is keeping an eye on us.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna say this out loud. Like, I feel like there were only about 5 of them, maybe, hopefully. Was that? By the way, was that planet wide, or was it just like this general region on the planet?
That was a general region on the planet, but since
Okay.
you didn't see any kind of communities or even low-tech communities anywhere else, it's a reasonable assumption that they're all collected here.
Gotcha. Around where there are other communities in the domes.
Yes. You
Which
hear
are
one of them
relative.
say a word that can't be translated. Drew. Drew will not be pleased.
Well, it just sounds like a name when you say it like that.
No, it's a word that can't be translated.
I know, but I get what you're saying, but it really sounds you just saying the name Drew.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
being difficult.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like saying Larry will not be pleased and saying Larry can't be translated.
That's exactly what I'm doing, yes.
Oh lordy, we gotta recalcitrant DM here.
Uh,
Not pleased about what?
Oh, it's nothing. This is Shiva talking again.
So, my question: how long have y'all been down here, and how did you find it? If you're trapped in this planet, was this facility just this bunker already here? You trapped in this bunker? Sounds like.
Shiva, we should wait for Drew.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking here.
Shiva looks torn. She likes you guys. She clearly likes you guys here, but she's getting some of those nasty looks from the others.
All right, we shoot the others.
Shiva does not
Guns,
like
we
you
have to leave them
anymore.
behind. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
it's fine. No. We shoot the others and then use the QED to erase her memory of the past 15 seconds.
Sorry, Jai's not down there. None of these
Okay.
none of these goons know how to put people into the right mental state.
Fair enough.
What? I put at least one person in the right mental state. It's not my fault that there's a group. I mean, if we can't talk until Drew gets here, you guys want to do any trading?
Trading. We have everything we need.
Everything you need?
Yes.
Well, how does that work?
Do you have 115 agrobots?
What is an
No.
It's,
No, sorry, bad joke. Don't worry
It's
about it.
irrelevant. The Vega provide for us.
Oh,
Vega.
so you. Oh, yeah.
Tell us more about the Vega.
Drew should tell you about the Vega.
Well, how long's that gonna take?
Oh, I don't know. We tend to these facilities in their absence.
Hey, I'm just spitballing here, but is there perhaps and I describe the fucking machines that we took apart on God, what was the name of Hawaii planet?
Kos.
Kos. I described the machine that we took apart on Kos. Is there one of those here? Something that seems kind of like this, and I explain, draw a picture.
Go ahead and give me a talk int check.
Uh. Hot damn.
-2.
Yeah, well,
-2.
you do what you can.
It's always able to describe clearly enough what a non-technical person would see, and they shake their head. None of them seem to know any kind of machine like that.
Thank God. Big portal to a realm. Best not spoken of. No? Okay, good.
No, Bree has spoken of some kind of portal, but
Who?
Bree is another. Well, it is another one of the Vega.
It's Armstrong.
Is Drew a Vega?
Yes.
All right, we're leaving. Back it up. Let's go.
This is how we say this.
Here?
Yeah.
Is Drew here?
Oh, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. You just got here. Tea isn't even ready.
If there's
Then
a
what-
Vega
then what have
here,
I been
we're not
drinking this whole
staying
time?
here. That's just pee.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why must you leave?
We'd rather not be around the Vega.
The Vega are kind.
The Vega are liars.
The Vega run the black ships.
Well, yes.
The black ships that have you trapped here?
Uh, we're not trapped here.
The black ships that stop other people from joining you?
Yes.
Your descendants?
Yes, that's an unfortunate necessity. And Shiva gets yelled at again for speaking out of turn, for speaking too much.
I yell back at whoever's yelling at our friend. Fuck that person. I put
Zoe
them in their
going on
place with
the
social.
intimidate and offensive.
No, I'm not intimidating them. I'm just, implying that they're idiots.
Which is intimidating.
Well, that person picks up the conversation with Zoe. She
How dare
says,
you be nicer to your clanmates or your.
"No, she is new
Old
and
members.
naive. Why should we talk to you?"
Well, I mean, we're all sitting here, aren't we? What else we got to do?
You haven't told us why you came here.
Exploration. The learning of the unknown. Zoe lies through her teeth. Don't worry about it.
They call Zoe on her bluff. Nobody comes to Ecos to explore.
I mean, yeah, that's why it's a great place to go to explore, because there ain't.
No one's been here to
You
explore.
lie. You see all the ships wrecked on their surface. You can't not see the ships.
Well, to be fair, the ships that were wrecked on the surface were pretty tempting for salvage. I'm not gonna lie about that. But we figured we'd come down and see what you guys are up to. But now I see rudeness is the order of the day. I think we shall go elsewhere.
I don't think you're going anywhere. And some of them move to block your exit. They're still not armed with anything.
Yeah, how many doors are there between us and the drones?
Actually, none.
Oh, cool. And you hear a loud buzzing coming.
Shiva, having seen and recognized that that gun has a drone, that gun has a drone.
That drone has a gun.
No,
Very
I
much not.
like gun has a drone better.
Okay, yeah,
I've
that
heard
implies that it's like a warthog. That gun has a plane.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
yeah, it's not wrong. I mean,
You equip a spike thrower on one of those drones, and then we can name it the Warthog.
Nice.
I could do that someday.
I
But-
tell whoever's standing in front of me that they probably want to move.
Yeah, and Shiva's shrieking the same thing. Get down, they have a flying gun.
2, actually, just to be clear.
We'd rather not have to shoot anyone if it's all the same to you.
I'm just like sitting in my chair with the drones like fly into the room hovering over my shoulders. Surely we can talk about this.
Shiva is trying to convince you to stay and talk. The people that have moved to block your way have moved out of the way as under pressure from the gun drones.
Gladiator drones.
Mm-hmm.
It's the gladiators. The gladiator model.
And the rest are just kind of chattering rapidly amongst each other. About you, of course.
Yeah, I mean, let's all calm down, okay? Just let's chill. We don't need to.
We aren't here to blow people up.
Yeah, we were just here to talk, but you guys don't want to talk, so now we're gonna leave.
No, I will talk. This is Shiva again.
You sure your friends will let you? And I glare at them.
The
Not-
Vega
not
will
her.
not let them
She's my
act
friend.
against each other. Will not let us act against each other.
Ah.
They are harmless. They can't hurt you or me.
Well,
So they've
sticks and
been
stones, I guess.
mentally neutered. That would explain them like actually, being here together.
They might put ketchup in my tea.
Well, that would be very unfortunate for them because we have no such. No, I'm not gonna start threatening people.
I mean,
This does start another bout of raised admonition to Shiva. Um, Basically, the crowd is at varying levels of trust and distrust. More on the distrust side of you, um, and
that's the proper side to be on.
by all rights, it is.
Uh-huh.
And wanting to just
But
uh,
I'm so lovable.
let you talk with Drew or with Bree instead of
I assume remotely, right?
they don't seem to be talking about remotely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a
Definitely don't.
visitor soon.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we do just leave. Yeah, I think you have the right idea.
Yep.
Can we establish a clear distance and kind of shout from a football field's length away?
What?
Yeah,
What?
can you expand on that?
Yeah. Context.
There's a certain range that they can do the whole possession
Yes.
stuff. If we stay far enough away from them, we should just be able to talk to them.
Yeah, you guys established that at about 10 meters. And
Right. So they're gonna actually have to send Drew's body over here
Yep.
somehow. Unless they figured out some way of putting the ghosts in the wire, and then it becomes a whole different ghost in the machine, you know?
that would be terrible.
He says, writing it down on a piece of paper that says terrible ideas that I'm definitely going to use against people.
No, I'm pretty sure that's him reading it on the paper that he wrote down like weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Weeks? I've been preparing for this for years. Not actually true.
Oh,
It was the whole premise of the campaign.
Is that the ghosts could be in the. He did this all for a ghost in the machine joke?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Yeah,
you've got
uh,
Shiva trying to convince you to stay, and you got the others that clearly do not want you here, and yet others that are kind of in the middle but don't want to be talking to you about any sensitive stuff. They feel that that should be handled by Drew or the Vega in general.
And that's when I stand on the table and give a speech that rouses them and inspires them in their humanity and their not need for the Vega. And then I roll 2 ones and we run because
You rolled a natural 0.
yeah.
The on the natural 0, the roll against Notario's pilot check was a -1. That's why I was laughing about it.
Oh, okay.
That was the 2d5 that I accidentally rolled, and I'm like, you know what? Ones also exist on 1d6s, so yep.
Okay. Well, let's get out of here.
Okay.
no.
You leave behind a very disappointed Shiva. But
Well, I shake Shiva's hand or whatever traditional.
Can we take Shiva
greeting.
with us?
No, let's not get her in any more trouble than she's already in.
Can we
But-
leave, like, I don't know, a combat or something to continue the conversation while we're at a safe distance?
Do we just kidnap someone else?
you would need to leave if you wanted to leave any kind of communications behind. You'd need to either leave a field radio or get the
There's a,
field radio codes for them. There's no comm grid here.
Oh,
I mean, there's also a tight beam link unit, but I don't have it on me.
As you're leaving, do you want to try and get contact information?
I assumed that there was not such a thing, but yeah, I give them a safe phone number or email address or whatever to get in touch with us.
Yeah, just call it a frequency with which they can type beam the ship.
But not track us or whatever.
Right. Yeah. The one of the benefits of the type beam is that it's if I'm using the right term, I believe I am. Basically, you give them some kind of communication channel that your ship will be listening to, and the coordinates of your ship. You do have to give them that, because then they can point their communications directly at you, and instead of it just going all over the place, it only goes to you.
Yeah, it's just like a laser communication.
Yeah, except this does use radio waves. So yeah, the risk to you is that you have to tell them where your ship is.
Nope. That
Okay.
ain't fucking happening.
All right.
Well, I mean, you could also just be at that ship at whatever time, but
Right. If you move the ship, then it's no good.
that's also that seems very tedious to kind of try to arrange.
If they want to talk to us, they can broadcast that they want to talk to us, and we'll work something out then. We're not giving them where the location of the ship is so they can blow us up.
Okay.
I guess a question there is you could set up you could probably set up like a comm buoy in orbit, just a communications or makeshift communications satellite if you really
That
wanted to.
seems within Zoe's capabilities.
Sure.
A quick makeshift comm buoy, just to kind of put her creative focus to the test and to good use.
Okay.
Okay, so if I've followed correctly, you are going to give them the location of maybe not where the ship is currently, but Zoe gives them coordinates to where she intends to place the comm buoy, and
Yeah.
tell them to give you like 4 to 6 hours to get it all set up.
Sure. That makes sense.
Okay. All right, that actually appeases them for the most part. There's still some soreness over the entire ordeal of you walking into their little facility and then refusing to talk to Drew and wanting to talk to Drew and not wanting to
What?
talk to Drew.
I don't know if we ever wanted.
They wanted us to talk to Drew. At no point did we ever say we wanted to talk to Drew.
Well, there may have been some things lost in communication, lost in translation.
Well, man, the fact that we were so willing to talk to them.
Yeah. They didn't want to talk to us.
Go ahead and roll skill checks that you believe are relevant for assessing a facility. As you guys have been in here for a little while, and I'm sure your characters are forming some kind of opinion or judgment about about the facility in full, in large.
I mean, I guess they administer like a little, how the logistics of a bunker like this work, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I know everything about its maintenance cycle.
Okay. And
I don't know everything about the administrative part, but maybe it's enough.
Charlie.
I'm thinking either sneak or notice for security measures in places that could be used as infiltration points.
Sure. Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna start with that. As far as infiltration, you just did it. There's not much else in the way of infiltrating this space that Charlie can see. You're 10 meters underground, and that ground above is, at least on the surface, the first couple of meters, is that really sharp glassy obsidian. Um, Digging down it would be possible, but it would be very time consuming and dangerous and probably wreck a few of the drills that you used. Um, Inside, this place is way too open, with the only real barriers to atmospheric or intruder entry being that airlock and the external and internal doors of the airlock, which Charlie was able to defeat both of those fairly easily.
Okay.
He hasn't been able to, from the path that you guys have taken, he hasn't been able to see much into what that runway was attached to. That was probably behind the door that they were cornered against initially. Nemesis, this facility does seem to have it seems very self-sufficient. The amount of hydroponics and space set aside for living needs is small, but it covers a very small group of people like you have here.
Yeah. Is there any sign of anything, like entertainment stuff to keep them going crazy, or it's just a matter of them being brainwashed?
No, there were screens that you could see, and speakers in various corners of that little galley that you were in.
Okay, so it's got like recreation type stuff.
Yep, you see not necessarily toys, but little knickknacks here and there, a sewing project, or a very poorly crafted beanie baby. Zoe, the construction of this base is a little bit strange. It doesn't look quite like pre-tech construction, but it doesn't not look like pre-tech construction. It's very well put together. And aside from using those Kanagiran locks, it doesn't have any resemblance to the Kanagiran architecture that you were seeing on the ground. This is something that Charlie would recognize also, I think. It seems to have just the right energy profile for, at least from what she's seen, for what's in here. Takeaway from that is this is an advanced structure and would be good salvage if you guys were to salvage it.
Okay.
Any questions that I didn't cover any of you have?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
Nox,
Think
Lulu?
good.
How deep under the surface is this facility?
10 meters.
10 meters?
Mhm.
If events should demand for it, would that be out of the bombardment capabilities of our ship's guns?
It would, however, the facility is 10 meters down along the side of a cliff. You could probably just blow it up from that angle. You wouldn't be able to blow up the entire facility. But
I'm asking more to gauge how facilities in general would work. So if this particular one is on the facility, we could, or on the cliff, we could do that, but
Yeah.
others probably not.
well, all
Okay.
of the hidden low-tech facilities, not low-tech, the hidden facilities that you found on this planet are along these cliff sides, so you'll face the same restriction with all of them.
Got it.
All right. You guys just climbing the rope back up.
Certainly gonna try.
No, I send Switch up, and then I attach myself to the rope, and then they pull me up because I am not climbing up shit.
So Zoe goes last.
Sure.
Unless you want to drop the rope back down, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Just have someone strong at the top just pull us up. We all just hang on to the rope and get pulled up.
Nobody here, even the android, is strong enough to pull all of you up at the same time.
Darn it.
Actually, I should say both of you, because Charlie will just be walking up.
Yep.
Charlie
So,
telekinetically lift us up.
you are able to telekinesis willing targets.
I am, in fact.
I didn't even think about that when you guys were trying to figure out if you were going to land on the bottom of the cliff or the top.
Listen, they wanted to repel. Let them repel.
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun once. I don't really want to go up though.
Yeah, no, Charlie can't lift himself, but he can lift other, conscious, willing targets.
It's part of the experience, though.
God.
No,
nobody likes up.
As you are preparing to ascend through Charlie-assisted lift, you see Shiva waving at you through the inner airlock door. She is. They have unblacked the external window, and she is just looking out forlornly at you.
So there was a window.
Yes, there is a window on both doors, but the external door when you arrived was blacked.
Y'all sure we don't want to take Shiva with us? Just look at that face. Look at those puppy dog eyes.
It'll be fine.
If anything, it'd be a good source of information.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, okay, fine. If we want to take her. Seems kind of mean.
I mean,
explain exactly what coming with us means, which means probably she's not going to be able to return to her previous life.
her life here is probably great, huh?
She does want to go with you, but she also wants to return to her life. This is her family.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, well, I mean,
I seriously doubt that her gods or whatever are gonna appreciate us stealing her, and it probably won't end up well for her.
Right.
Which is fine if she's with us, but if she ever wants to go home.
yeah, I mean, sometimes she's gotta make a choice. I'm pretty sure she's getting brainwashed here, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you implying that we have a moral imperative? Because I don't know if you've met us.
I mean,
speak for yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Whether we heed the moral imperative, guess you're the owner of the Raza.
Oh yeah, sure. Blame me for your weak moral standing.
Well, this isn't really a whole megacorp thing, that was more my thing, but this just feels weird.
This is an extinction event thing, so
Now, is all of this talk in character?
Yeah, I feel like we're we're
okay.
going back. I mean, yeah, you she mentioned they opened the window, she's just staring out at it. Like a puppy dog.
You guys are standing on the lip having the conversation about morality. It's great. You're literally on the edge.
I am.
This is the choice that will define us.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's better to take her with us, right? I mean, more information. And sure,
better
she can't
for
come back
us.
here. She can't come back here and get brainwashed further.
Again, better for us.
I'm
I
still
mean,
on.
I'm arguing it's better for her too.
Uh-huh.
for them. Yeah.
What is Charlie saying?
Still big on plan to destroy the Vega, so that's I don't know if
You
that
mean
was a
like
plan that we had abandoned, but
right now or
it's a
at this
big
moment?
long-term goal. Destroy, kill the black ships, stop them from entering the universe. You know,
I mean, yeah, the whole existential threat thing we should probably be
that
more
is
concerned with. There's also, well, I mean, to be fair, the megacorps have a possible existential threat thing too, but well, possibly. Anyways, I guess I leave it up to you, Zoe. The guilt is on your head.
Oh my god. Goodbye.
As I float up next to you, with Charlie carrying us.
Yeah.
I'll wave at Shiva.
Give us a call. Good luck with your brainwashing. Yeah, we actually don't have any proof that it's actually occurring, but if it makes you feel
Literally
better.
could not, I mean, they literally said they could not take aggressive action. They could not actually hurt
Sure.
us.
Yeah, but that could just be like a translator thing. Like, I can't take aggressive action against somebody else here because the cops will come and beat me the shit up. Right?
No, that's definitely not the vibe I got. But maybe my
Okay.
maybe the British English translates differently.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are floated back up to the edge and can make your way back to the dropship. Natario utilizes the short-range comms built into your comm units to tell you that it's good timing as she's just picking up a ship in the distance.
Is it a black ship?
It's very black, yes.
Open fire!
Yeah.
I mean,
I assume we're up in
the
orbit.
Rasta's in orbit.
Yes, the Roz is in orbit and can't fire past the atmospheric shield, the barrier, the natural shield.
Mhm.
And the ship is out of range of the drop pod's weapons. It's about 12 to 15 kilometers away.
You probably just want to ascend right now.
Yeah, let's just get the hell out of here.
You guys pick up your pace and hoof it back to the drop pod, or do you continue walking leisurely?
I don't know, Dex. Let's think about this.
It'll be an exert check if you want to pick up the pace and race back.
Oh, I guess we should exert.
I leap into Switch's arms.
Then it'll be
Carry
an
me.
exert check for Switch at a -1 penalty.
No better than my minus.
Oh no!
Well, I ain't getting anywhere faster.
Actually, I don't know what Switch's
Wait.
exert is.
Wait, how am I exerting to get anywhere faster if I'm being carried by, Charlie? How does that work?
Well, as we've already established, he can't really. It takes an action for him to move an object that he's telekinesed. So, if you guys are trying to make it there fast, that is not the fastest way of getting there.
actually I think it becomes equally as fast because if they're double moving, it ends up evening out.
No, this is where I separate the combat movement from overland movement.
Okay.
You guys can move more than 20 meters in a 6-second period when you're not in combat. But I would leave the telekinesis movement at still 20 meters per 6-second period. So yes, Charlie telekinesing you will be faster than you walking, but slower than you running.
I'll do Natario and tell her to prep for takeoff. Let's get the hell out of here.
Meanwhile, Charlie's just going to be back at the drop pod already. Later.
Yeah.
I don't have a stat for switch for exert.
It's just a skill check, and she is proficient with it.
Does she have
S-
stats?
skill checks over on at the top right of the character sheet.
Ah, skill in
Yeah.
quick rolls.
Yep. That's all
Okay.
that NPCs get is they're either proficient or they're not.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was just trying to figure it out. So it's either a -1 or a +1 -1, which is a 0, which is better than -1. Yes, switch, carry me, my valiant steed.
This is terrible. All right, roll it for her. For them.
I'm not gonna add the modifier in the input value. We'll just do the math ourselves.
Oh, all right.
It's okay. You're down here with me.
So you're all. I mean, this wasn't a check to see if you guys knew how to run. It was, however, a check to see if you could safely navigate the dangerous, sharp, obsidian-like terrain, and none of you could. So everyone takes 2 damage. Oh no.
Oof. Me
Actually,
or
I'm gonna-
switch?
Everyone except for Charlie. With Switch carrying you, she also was unable to, well, okay. Let's see if she drops you.
Does she drop me and take the damage herself, or does she drop me and drop me onto the damage, saving herself, themselves?
50-50.
Evens
All right.
for me.
Yep, got
I
it.
was actually going to say I'm going to go ahead and commit an effort to give everyone here the pressure field,
Okay, cool.
just in case the suits break
Right.
or the atmo filters, whatever.
So she takes 2 damage. They take 2 damage.
I'm gonna backtrack on that. I still don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for Switch to actually drop Zoe.
Yeah,
With-
tuck and roll.
Well, with that, I'm just gonna say that Switch takes 4 damage. She takes double.
Okay, that makes sense.
Nemesis takes the 2 damage.
Okay. I got myself a boo boo.
And while 2 or even 6 damage isn't much to you guys, it is
Half
sufficient.
of Switch's health. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was actually thinking more civilian. It's a sufficient threat. This kind of terrain could kill a normal civilian trying to run across it.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys race over to the drop pod, and Natario is quick on the throttle to lift you up. Go ahead and roll a pilot check for her.
Unless Zoe takes this controls. Would Zoe push Natario out of the driver's seat?
No, I feel like that's probably not necessary.
Okay. Probably
Oh,
not
it might be.
necessary.
Jesus.
Been
Yeah, you should
necessary.
have known. You should have known I was rolling it.
Oof.
Haha!
And we're all
Nice.
dead. Oh,
Wait.
that's the spot thing.
Wait, don't ties go towards?
In normal circumstances, sure. Yes, they do. So what happens is this isn't Natario, being bad at piloting all of a sudden. She has
Yeah, of
taken
course
all
not.
the correct steps and everything. But as you're rising up into the air, trying to keep a low profile at first to avoid, the usual radar and detection methods, that ship that she's had spotted, she says it's changing its course to intercept, and then she truly guns it. The ship does actually fire at you guys. You see outside through the external cameras that a kind of trying to think of a good description. The kind of tunneling that an underwater bullet makes is piercing through the air at you in a very rapid fashion. She's able to evade it. This is all fictional, or this is all narrative. Um, she's able to evade it, but that ship does try to follow you all the way up to the edge of the atmosphere, and then breaks off pursuit. You've made it up to the Raza in record time, taking only 6 minutes from liftoff to clamping.
Lamps.
You know, the thought occurred to me. We have no idea if Shiva would have been safe there anyways. She might have already been compromised in whatever their system's eyes are.
He spoke to the heretics.
Yeah, they made us
We
purge
must
the whole
cleanse
place.
the unclean.
Yeah, they made us purge the whole place for our very presence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we're gonna come back, and there's gonna be a zombie.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
It's okay. We can pin all the blame on Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
Had
Guilt
considered
trips.
just dragging her along, whatever. We'll bring her back next time we circle around the planet, and then we just never actually circle around the planet. That is Raza truth.
You see
So,
two
so
other.
for okay.
Yeah, just real quick. You see two other very black fighter hulled starships join the one that was firing on you and eventually broke off pursuit. But they just circle around for a bit. They get themselves back close to the ground and then circle around below where you're orbiting right now, and eventually go off their own ways.
Yeah.
And what were
So
you
we
about
were.
to say?
I was gonna say once we're back in orbit, I'm gonna go work on that communications satellite.
Okay. All right. What is everyone else doing?
Mm.
Jai, you haven't had anything to do lately.
No, I haven't. Sorry, clearing my throat. I'm actually considering that. I think. I'm trying to think of how to approach this really. So. Vigor are definitely concerned. Bunch of people living in these places that seem pseudo brainwashed. Well, I think probably what I've been doing isn't really related. It's been checking out that terraforming equipment stuff since I still haven't really done the analysis on the nanobots in there. So I've probably been doing that, I think, just once I've woken up and let the others deal with whatever was happening on the surface.
Okay.
I don't really need to. Yeah.
Nah, you don't. I'm not going to ask you to roll anything, and I've already put the information into the recaps, so you can freely access it.
Okay.
Well, as She's overseeing the reclamping and reset of the drop pod if anybody is still around. And Natario strikes up conversation. She either strikes it up with an NPC and we move on, or with one of you if you're there.
I'm emotionally unavailable.
Oh.
If you want to talk to Nemesis, you gotta log into their server.
Is Nemesis present, just emotionally unavailable?
I'm probably just going to my room and having a think.
Okay.
So physically and mentally.
All right. Then Natario has some thoughts to communicate with the NPC crew that are helping to reset the drop pod.
Was it bragging about their record time?
No.
Aw.
She is pondering on, well, the nature of things. She is from Kanagiris, remember?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
It
Totally
was
forgot.
a very low-key revelation early on
Yeah.
in the assaults on the anti-ship weapons.
Yeah. Well, then I was like, oh, they speak
Oh.
Spanish.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, like I said, it was very low-key. It really only applied because she gave a bonus to the survive check to ascend that hillside without any kind of penalties.
Gotcha.
So it takes Zoya a few hours to prepare a jury-rigged comm buoy and to set it with thrusters or in some way get it to the location that you told the residents of that little facility down there without actually taking the Raza over there. And you're free to, once you've set that up, move the Raza anywhere you want, so that you're not just like, 5 feet away
Right
from
next
this buoy.
Yeah. Cool.
Shortly after you've set it up, right around the time frame that you told them it would take, you are receiving a transmission.
Hello.
Who's in the bridge?
Well, me, obviously.
Okay. Armstrong is there with you.
Yeah. Armstrong. How's it hanging?
That's an awkward question, sir.
It's a colloquialism. Is that how you fucking? Is that what those are called?
Realism. Yeah, I think so.
Armstrong says it with perfect enunciation.
Okay. Let's hear it. Do it, Armstrong.
They just did.
Uh-huh.
I
That's what
can't
I
do it.
thought.
Colloquialism.
Yeah, I tell him it's a colloquial. It just means how are you doing? How are things going?
I understand,
It's a
sir.
turn of phrase.
Uh,
An idiom.
systems normal.
There it is. An idiom. That's what I meant.
It is a fun word.
I think
All
colloquialism
systems
is pretty
normal,
similar
sir.
to that.
Well, keep up the good work, Armstrong.
Thank you. And Armstrong salutes.
You don't have to do that.
Armstrong releases the salute. When that transmission comes through, Armstrong looks over at Zoe. You want it on the screen?
Yes.
I got video.
Armstrong puts the transmission on screen, and the screen shows a big red triangle, across which is written "No video broadcast."
Ah. Great, thanks.
And I look over at Armstrong and I get a. The heck?
Armstrong shrugs a little bit, but that does put the conversation on speakers instead of direct to just one person. So anybody else in the bridge, I'm gonna put Zoe over there.
I suppose if I'm notified there's a communication, I certainly will be.
Yeah, and Nemesis also knew about when they were supposed to contact.
Yeah.
So it could have been there in advance. Is,
Like I'm emotionally invested in the results of this now.
is Jion up there too?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
All right. Well, it is Shiva, at least Shiva's voice. Hello?
Hey Shiva, how's it going?
Oh, it worked.
It did
Oh.
indeed.
Where are you?
Um,
In
200 miles from the surface?
space.
How big is this planet?
You are
Is
off
it
the
Earth-like?
surface. Yeah, it's about Earth-like. Maybe a little bit
Okay,
bigger,
then
maybe
yeah,
a little bit
200.
smaller.
200 kilometers, I think, gets us into space.
Yeah. You are off the surface.
Oh, if it's a thicker atmosphere, I guess it probably goes out further. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
I give her some height that puts us in space.
okay.
Just say hundreds of kilometers.
You just say in space.
This is amazing. That I'm glad you didn't get blown up.
Yeah, well, me too. I'm also glad to hear that you're still doing all right.
Oh, I've already gotten ketchup in my tea, but it's not terrible.
I mean, at least it makes the tea sweet, I guess.
Yes,
mean,
that is a
sure.
positive.
Always look on the bright side of life. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Did we get somebody who can actually speak Persian up here?
Jai.
Yeah, I can.
Hey, Jai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jai,
Also, I
you're
think
hearing
Fran-
all of this translated through translator Torx into Spacer and British English. There's a cacophony of translation up here.
All right, I'm going to tell all of them to just put it through their earpieces instead, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't do that before.
That I think we were all going on the base default assumption of stars without number that just translated Torque is just audible, and that's why it's a -2 penalty and all that. There really isn't any reason why it couldn't just go straight to the compad.
Well, I think it's just purely -2, just because of
Translation
the-
difficulties.
Yeah,
Yeah, that too.
Like- and getting accounting for other whatchamacallits.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Idioms.
fine with you
Idioms.
guys directing it to compads, or to your comm units, and I'm also fine with retroactively having done that so that it wasn't just a mess of translation on the surface also.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys wanted that, and wanted to just not have thought about it.
I mean, I've basically got one in my head.
Uh-huh. Right, so Jai is speaking in Persian, and now you guys are getting Jai translated to you as well.
Hooray.
What is Jai saying to her?
I wasn't saying anything. I
Okay.
wasn't saying anything.
I was just
said,
asking if he was down here with us.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I want to ask her if Dave,
Drew.
Drew, if Drew still wants to talk to us.
Oh yes. Uh. Yasemin has called over. It's, it's it's a very rare thing for us to call over, but Drew is on its way to our home.
I'm sorry for that.
Oh no, it's fine. Drew is nice.
Well, then I shall enjoy talking to them.
He would have shot you down all the same, but Drew is nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could be nice and shoot somebody at the same time. It's not mutually exclusive.
You almost shot me, so that must be true.
I. Yeah, it's fair, I guess. Wasn't actually me, but. I don't know.
I don't think any of them were ever. I don't think any of the drones were ever aimed at Shiva. Well, except for maybe the initial
Yep,
hallway
the first
thing.
time. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The very first thing that she saw was a drone pointing a gun at her.
Yeah, sure.
I had to roll a literal 12 to make her friendly.
To be fair, but I mean, to be fair, they did threaten that they had guns. I think it was reasonable.
Drew will be here in 10 minutes.
Oh. Okay. Well, You want to chat? How was your day? Look, I don't know how to do. This is me, Xander. I don't know how to do small talk in a fucking RPG. Can we just gloss over that part?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
How's the weather?
Shiva talks a little bit about her daily routine and compares it to your guys' daily routine. She wants to know what things are like for you as well. And it's this kind of weird non-video chat, like you just matched with somebody on Tinder and you're trying to get a feel for, uh, is this a conversation that's gonna work?
You and I have very different experiences on Tinder.
That is probably true. I've never used Tinder, so.
Okay. You want some fuck?
Is that really okay? On some kind of chat platform that
Okay, there you
randomly
go.
matches people that just want to chat.
Uh-huh.
Omegle.
Christian singles meet.
FarmersOnly.com.
Omegle, which of course on Omegle you do just end up with,
Yeah,
Perfect
I know.
content.
I'm probably like still hailing back to
AIM.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks.
I remember using
welcome
AIM.
welcome to the AIM chat room. If your icon isn't a GIF, then get the fuck out. Anyway.
But yeah, some small talk is made and time passes, and then Shiva's. Drew is arriving, and you can actually hear in the background, the sound of heavy hydraulics. Zoe,
Wait, I know.
suspect
I
that.
I really wish we had video.
Yeah, can we point the sensors and see if they're flying into the
Yeah,
cabin right now?
yeah. You could actually
Well, I thought
overlay
they-
that video instead of having that big red triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see the same kind of black ship that Notario evaded is flying into that base. It's hovering while it waits for the door to open, and then
Oh, those hydraulics. Okay.
yeah.
Like something like I don't know. I don't know what I thought.
I was
Drew is-
just about
Drew
to get
is the-
the door.
Yeah, Drew is the code name for a battle mech.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, is he piloting a battle mech? Or
but
I don't know. For
what
some
kind of
reason, I
battle
thought,
mech?
even though you said hydraulic, I was also thinking it's like I was thinking like those pneumatic pipes, like like in a bank.
Yeah, hydraulic was probably the wrong word to use. Just the sound of heavy machinery moving. Um, and you
Gotcha.
see a very, very black ship, like actual Vanta black.
Mm.
Um,
There's a hole where a ship could be.
and that is the best way to describe what your sensors are reading. Is your sensors are reading an absence of any reading. Now, a GM will remind people that that's also what your sensors read when you point regular sensors at the entities.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There may be no correlation. I'm just, pointing that out.
There's probably
There-
correlation.
But there may be correlation.
Look,
Um,
he's not saying correlation one way or the other. That's all he wants to
Yeah,
say.
right.
No correlation. You're correlating.
I'm not correlating. You're correlating.
Your mom's a correlation.
Oof.
Whoa.
Wow.
Ooh.
Jeez. My dude. Roll it back there.
And a couple minutes later, you hear another voice speaking to Shiva. They they exchange pleasantries, and after quick, how was your day, etc., anything happened? Oh yeah, these people came into the base and they're on the phone. Um,
Hi.
you hear the male voice more directly addressing you. Hello. What is this about? You have come into our home here.
Is this Drew?
This little light home invasion.
I'm Drew.
Hi, my name's Zoe LaRue. And I would like to sell you a brand new car. I don't
You
actually
mean
say that.
you'd like to sell them a brand new set of pristine condition Agrabots?
I was thinking I have a bridge to sell you.
Yeah.
We're
Or
not
you
selling
gotta
them.
use-
We're not selling them the Razas Bridge.
Oh, right. What's that? Is that idiom about or?
I've got
selling
some
bridge?
swampland. I've got some swampland to sell you.
I got some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you, but that's not as funny anymore now that the oceans are
We've-
rising.
We've
Yeah.
definitely killed it.
Yeah.
Yes, Drew doesn't actually wait that long to respond after Zoe says hi. Please answer my question.
Well, we went down to the surface and we found a door and we went through it and we said hi to the people on it.
How did you make it to the surface?
Well, this and that, this and the other.
There is no this and that. I am on patrol. I would have seen you.
You would have. It's your job.
Were you the
right?
ship rising from the surface?
Yeah, and shooting at us isn't a very friendly thing to do.
Nobody is allowed to reach the surface.
For what reason?
It is dangerous.
I mean, because of
Because-
you, right?
Yeah, because you're shooting at people, or for some other reason.
Your death is insignificant in the face of the danger that your life would represent.
Cool.
suggest-
You'll have. All right.
Hold on.
Look.
I've seen this one. I've seen this one in a holovid. Is there a risk of bringing something back from the surface of the planet?
There is a risk of something escaping the surface of the planet.
Knew it.
Mm-hmm. And that something would be.
The Vega.
Oh, so you're not the Vega.
What?
Oh,
I am
God.
Okay,
Vega.
sorry. We were all operating
Whew.
under the assumption that you were one of the Vega.
He does say, I am Vega.
Okay.
Oh, we
this
got
will have to
self-
be explained then.
self-hate.
Is this
we have
place is a
self-hating
prison for like bad Vega?
Vega? Hmm? Eh.
Hmm?
All right.
In a
Yes.
way.
Just
I
go
just-
ahead and explain.
Did I just crack code?
It might be, maybe. Hell if I know.
You
I
were
mean,
asking
Vega,
for a
what
lot of
makes the most-
information from me. Why should I explain this to you?
Well, because how do you know that we're not just going to go back unless you explain?
We
I
also
will
already know what the Vega are, which you seem oddly incurious about, but
Should we go ahead? I mean, oh, it's just got like a sidebar. It's like, should we tell us like, hey, we believe the Vega pose a threat to the entire sector?
one thing at a time, Nemesis.
I do not believe you know what the Vega are.
No, you should tell us.
I
Explain to
cannot
us
tell
exactly what. All right, well then we're just going to go down and keep going down and up and down and up, and there's nothing really you can do to
Nice.
stop us.
you. I
So
will be prepared for you.
Extra dimensional. You'll excuse me for saying I'm not terribly afraid of extra dimensional beings.
I'm a little bit afraid of them taking over my mind.
You have seen the hundreds of wreckage, hundreds of wrecked ships.
yeah, there's
I've
going to be a
been
lot
doing
of
this for a
numbers
very
salvaging
long
those.
time.
Well, bad luck for them, but we're different.
You won't be no different.
Actually, that's a very good question. Are we actually any different? Are we significantly different enough?
I mean, we just landed and left without them being able to do shit about it. So
You also have a cruiser, whereas all the ships on the surface are shuttles
Right,
or
right.
frigates.
True.
look, my dude. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think it's in your best interest to tell us what's going on here, so that if you actually want us to do what you want us to do.
I want you to leave and never come back.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Why would we do that unless there's some reason for us not to?
What
And
information
just telling us
do
that
you
you don't
need?
want us to.
Well, admittedly though, what's the reason for us going down there? I guess salvage. I guess we could-
Let's keep this to one thing at a time. Let's not tell them salvage.
What,
Yeah,
what
no,
is
I
the
know,
information
that's
that you need?
fine.
What? So why is it a Vega doesn't want the Vega escaping the planet?
Not all ends are the same.
I mean,
Well, that's very cryptic and completely useless. Thank you.
Please, yeah,
it's like, yeah, duh.
more straightforward. What ends are you talking about?
You tell me what you know of Vega.
They came from an extra dimensional space to take over this side so that they can turn it into more of the other side. Is that even remotely correct?
Based on what I remember, vaguely correct.
Okay.
From a place called from a place that we term the Intraverse.
World.
Infraworld. It's a curious place. I visited briefly. Wouldn't recommend it.
Very
You
windy.
ask for information from me, and telling humans anything is risky. I ask for a risk from you.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the Vega, then you know what this risk is. Bring me into your ship, and we will talk.
Oh, hell no.
Those are my terms.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, he raises a good point. I mean,
There is a way to get around this if we keep
He-
all the crew away from him and just have Jai and Zoe speak with him.
yeah. I mean, yeah, no, we have means of containing him, right?
You have contained your destroyed zombie.
Yeah.
All right, we still have the fucking that guy.
Yes, but he wasn't all that mobile, so it was pretty easy to get him where you needed him to. Trying to construct a containment solution that would close in on a mobile target within your cargo bay is the stuff of lengthy projects.
Oh, I was gonna say that stuff's science fiction.
Uh,
You would also need a
I-
lot more information about how exactly you're containing them, because
I
right
guess-
now your force field is working. We don't know exactly why. Just know that it works.
Also, I guess is it rude to ask them if they have a host already?
yeah. It's almost certainly rude, but it's almost certainly rude.
Oh wait, no, they
Hey, Drew,
they
do you
require a host, don't they?
Drew, who's your Drew? Am I speaking to the Vega itself or its host?
You are speaking with Drew.
Is that the
Yeah,
Vega
that's
itself
both.
or its host?
I am the Vega. Drew is the Vega.
Right.
My host is Cousin.
I did not catch that last bit.
Actually,
My host's cousin.
Jai would recognize that that's just a kind of a Persian name. Kazem, K-A-Z-E-M.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said my coast is.
Oh
is-
no,
Yeah.
My host is Kazem.
Oh
Okay.
my. Okay, I thought you said cousin.
Oh my
I was
bad.
like, what?
Sorry.
Uh,
No, that's.
I'm gonna blame it on
When
the
you hear-
braces. I am still trying to figure out how to talk around them.
that's fair.
Oh, that's fair. Very fair.
All right. Great. And how would you like to? How would you wait? Can those black ships of yours come up on their own, or are they too tied to the planet?
I will breach atmosphere, and you will have your cargo bay open. You do have a cargo bay that can fit my ship, right?
Yes.
Do we?
Are we agreed then?
I mean, at the very least, we can probably. It's a fighter-sized ship, so we can probably move the Marauder out if need be. I'm up alone.
Yeah, so long as we can confirm it's a single Vega, I mean, there's only so much damage that they can.
And
Well,
with your weapons powered off, we will be
Right.
watching.
It is agreed.
maybe just have some androids. I think they can control. Can they take androids? Remember.
We don't
But
know.
even if they can, I don't think we're attached enough to most androids to, if it takes one of those, that
Right.
that's not too big a deal if we have to destroy them.
Yeah. But very well then. We'll
I
meet
will-
you at these. We'll meet you at these coordinates in orbit.
Yeah, he actually you guys agree on the combo ordinance just for simplicity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And we're at 3 o'clock.